1080.
You guys are number one.
The Fan.
All right, what it do?
Ahoy!
What's up? That was a good one.
That was my Goonies. Hey, you guys!
That was a good one. How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
Good little weekend?
Yeah, it was a fun little weekend. Nothing wrong with that. Good little weekend. Good little. Nothing to be ashamed of.
You know what I did?
What you got?
Can I run something by you? Because you're a very self-care conscious guy.
Yes.
Take care of yourself. You always know about all the innovations and what people do to.
I'm a big believer, if you're going to spend money on one thing, spend the money on your quality of life and trying to make sure that you get the most out of this while you're here. Yes.
So I told you last week I went to Stretch Zone.
Yeah. I've been to Stretch Zone.
Yeah, and it's nice. I like Stretch Zone.
Yeah.
But it's been trumped.
Well, I thought you were about to poo all over Stretch Zone.
No. I would never poo all over Stretch. Stretch Zone's great.
Okay.
Went there a couple times. So I just turned 50.
Yeah.
And I'm old.
I'm 50. I like to stretch and kick high. 50.
Well,
you old sack of ass.
I know. And the old jokes start instantly.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. It is true.
They're still coming.
Yeah. Well, and then it's just gonna get worse. Like Dwight Jane's always he tweets about it nonstop. That
well, he is old.
Yeah, but no one. The older you get, the more sensitive.
I mean, no offense.
Yeah, but it really bothers him.
He's like 900 years old.
You're about to get an angry smoke signal or sternly worded letter sent your way from him.
Listen, old jokes, they're fine.
Yeah.
You should be able to handle old jokes. Now, if you're pointing out age discrimination, I don't think that's fine.
Yeah.
There's two different things. Yeah. But jokes, come on, you should be able to handle a joke.
All right, old man. All right, old man River.
Well, I have to handle them.
Yeah,
I've been inundated with them for 2 weeks now.
It's true.
Anywhoosies, my wife, big self-care gal. She loves she does all the things. Like her monthly maintenance costs.
Yeah.
Astronomical.
Again, if you're gonna spend, it's amazing that what we'll spend money on.
Yeah.
And yet the idea of, again, maybe going to I don't know, whatever it is, whether you want to go
massage.
To a hyperbaric chamber, a massage, a stretch zone, like a cryopod, whatever it is, the idea of spending money, you're like, oh, but you'll go out and you'll run up a bar tab without thinking twice about it. You're like, I'll poison myself. I'll smoke God knows what, but God forbid someone tries to make you feel a little better.
Look, it's a decent point. Okay. I got to give you credit for that. Anyway, my wife has been on that journey for several years now. And for my 50th, because I'm very hard to shop for.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you can't.
What do you want, Isaac Rob? To leave me alone and don't spend any money.
Yeah, but, if she wants to buy me something.
I get this, too.
It's just impossible. And I get it. I make it hard on purpose, and I like it that way. And I like to test her, too.
Yeah.
See what she comes up with. I mean, she got me something for, was it Christmas?
Father's Day, maybe?
Father's Day.
Okay.
Father's Day.
Father's Day, birthday.
I was like,
anniversary.
Babe, take it back.
What did she get you?
I am never going to use that. I can't say.
You can't say.
I'm never going to use that.
I understand. But you don't want to out her because then, all right.
This one was bad. And she gets, then we fight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, believe me. There's nothing worse than when the significant other gets you a gift and you don't like the gift. Well, God forbid you're like.
That you say that?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I will never use it.
Oh, yeah.
And she should know that.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Do you even know me?
I recently had a gift that was given to me that has sat untouched for probably 2.5 years. It was given to Joe Fisher.
Ah.
Yeah.
A regift.
We went to a function because the great Joe Fisher is dating the best friend of the BTJ.
Yeah, you and Joe Fisher are buddies now. So real close friends.
We were at a function together, and next thing I know, I see this.
Did you know that, Schulte? By the way,
hey,
ladies and gentlemen,
Schulte.
Jordan Schultz in for Buckley today, who continues to find random ways to take days off.
Happy Monday, guys. I did know that, by the way.
Nice to have you. What?
Yeah, good to see you. No, it's good to see both of you. I went to Rashad's wedding last year, and his girlfriend was there. I met her.
Yeah.
Very nice lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Rashad gets roped into all this?
Apparently. Well,
So
Rashad and Joe
knows.
do a show together.
Yeah, and I worked on that show.
Way to pay
so-
attention.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking Lynch still did that show with him, but no, he doesn't.
No. So we were at a function, and next thing I know, the BTJ is handing Joe my present, and I looked at it, and it literally with disgust, she goes, "Joe, do you want this? Because he will never." And like it just the look of disgust as she just like glares at me and just hands it to Joe. And I was like,
Well, at least you put it to good use.
yeah, but somehow it's my fault that you are a terrible gift giver. I'm sorry.
I'm with you on that. It's like, hey, be better.
And that was my
Either
thing.
that or don't give me. I don't want anything.
That's what I said.
I really don't.
Well, and that was like, again, there's things you can get. You just don't want to take the time to figure out what that is.
That's true. And it's also a little bit of projection. It's like,
yeah.
well, I would want you to get me something, so I don't believe you that you don't want anything.
Yeah.
Just believe me, I don't want anything. Anyway.
Yeah.
Stretch Zone was cool. Probably not gonna do a thing at Stretch Zone.
because you get a package.
You can get pay monthly or whatever.
Yeah, and you're not doing that.
No, I think yoga will solve that problem. Keeps
Sure.
me nice and limber.
I get you.
And I can do that at home.
Maybe a nice Pilates class.
Yeah. This one.
I can't wait to see where this is going.
Well, okay, so for my 50th, she gave me the gift of self-care. So she gave me some Stretch Zone passes. I went in and tried that. And then I went to...
and then you immediately were like, this is nice, but I'm not going to keep doing it.
Not that one. This one, I really like.
Okay.
And I've already re-upped.
Ooh.
And it's possible that I'll do a monthly. Have you heard of Sweat House?
Is this just like I'm assuming this is some sort of is it like a hot yoga, hot stretch sort of thing?
No, it's a infrared sauna.
Okay, yeah.
And they have their own individual pods.
Okay.
So you go in there. It's just like a sauna. It's just not steam. It's,
infrared.
infrared. And if you haven't read about infrared versus steam, infrared is supposed to be way better for you. It penetrates deeper to get to your cells and regenerates and gets them stimulated.
There's some people that just do infrared on their face, or sometimes they do it downstairs, and there's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yes.
So you go in there and you do the infrared. It's in Laco, or at least the one I went to.
Sure.
And you do the
Of course
infrared.
it is. You Lake Oswego son of a bitch.
I got to tell you.
You going to that lake now? Is that what
No.
is that what you're going to do?
No, but we live 10 minutes from Lake Oswego.
Yeah.
And for 20 years, well, we haven't been back in this house for that long, but prior to living back here,
it's right up the road.
Never went to Laco.
You don't have to get on the freeway.
Moving back in, never went to Laco until now. A lot of these things are down there, and I'm exploring it.
Yeah, because
I'm like, oh my God, these rich people, they got it figured out. Like, it's nice down there.
Self-care.
Not that I knew that it was nice. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Don't you feel sometimes you're not good enough for the ritziest of the Ritz?
Sure.
And I'm like, Laco's kind of not my jam. They're really ritzy down there.
But at the same time, if you're trying to find an infrared sauna place, you're not finding it on 122nd and Division.
Right.
No, Laco is where that's at. Laco is where all the good stuff is at.
Yes.
You walk downtown
when you say
and you're like,
good stuff. Yeah. Okay. So I noticed I had this revelation recently. When you say good stuff, I think it's just about what part of life you're in. Because when I go to Laco now, I look around and I go, wow, they have all kinds of, again, we go back to that term, self-care, healthy
you got
food.
Massage, you got acupuncture, there's a bunch. Yeah.
All right there. And like the strip malls are no longer shopping.
Yeah.
Like if you go down to Laco, and I'm sure they have strip malls there, but I just mean, the old strip mall used to be a Radio Shack, and then you go buy a candle, and then you go buy, commerce. This is more like just things you can do to help yourself.
Yes.
For an arm and a leg, probably, because it's Laco. But
most of these tend to reside in those places because they tend to be a little more spendy. And when you're living more of a day-to-day lifestyle, all of a sudden, $60 to go sit in a sauna or whatever it is. Look, it's not hitting in certain parts of Gresham.
We've made our decision on where we're gonna live. Okay, we got this little house. We remodeled it. It's great. We're right there. But one of the perks that I'm only just now discovering after having owned this house for over 20 years is, oh my God, Laco right over here has some really nice things that I may want to use.
There you go.
Well, they've added stuff too, man. It used to just be a crappy like downtown off of that highway, and now closer to I-5.
A lot of cool stuff.
Ooh, yeah, the wineries there. So, yes, please.
You'll laugh, but like that's in that same area you're talking about. This is as hoity-toity as I get. That's where my I go to a lady that does a massage, but it's not relaxing massage. It's she used to be the Portland Timbers lady. It's you're gonna hurt leaving, but you end up an inch taller. She just beats the living hell out of you. it's right there in that same part. And I will admit that when you pull up there, it is definitely like when I get out of my car, I can feel like I'm a poser. Like I feel like everyone in Lakeco looks and is like, you don't belong here.
That's right.
Yeah.
You do get that feeling.
They instantly,
and we don't belong.
Yeah, they
there.
sniff me out and they're like, yeah, we don't like your car.
They will gladly take our money.
Absolutely.
For their services.
And then they tell you to get the hell out and get off our lake.
So I think it's perfect that we live close by. I don't really want to live in there and be a part of the, the gossip. What do you do? How much money
you're
do you
gonna go
make?
to that lake.
What kind of car do you have? I hate all that.
Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. But Lakeco has a lot of cool places. Anyway, Sweat House is one of them. So you go in, you get the infrared sauna. And It's by yourself.
Yeah.
So you're in there solo, and it's got different settings.
So you're missing the most awkward part of a sauna, and that's getting to just like be naked with a bunch of strangers as you sweat.
And they have a TV in there.
It's always fun.
And you can play them, earphone. Yeah, it's not quite as hot as a regular sauna, so you don't want to jump out after 15 minutes.
Yeah. So
anyway, you do that for an hour, and then they have the cold plunge rooms.
Yeah.
And I freaking love the cold plunge.
Oh my god,
dude!
You're going full Joe Rogan. You're going the cold plunge,
bro.
The juxtaposition is nice, huh?
It's wonderful.
Yes,
it's so rejuvenating. Now the infrared thing, I don't know. We're gonna do it a couple times and let's see how I feel. But I got to tell you that cold plunge, bro, and it's ice cold. Absolutely. And it hurts, as you all know. It sucks. But dude, after you get out of that thing, you feel like $1,000,000.
Yeah, I do it most mornings.
So now I may buy a package to Sweat House. Thank you. All of that to tell you that I am into self-care now.
I love it.
Besides golf.
You realize that all the things that you hate, the high tea, this is kind of in that mold. This is the Rogan
you can't put me in a box. You can't put me in a box. This is
I love it.
At the age of 50, my wife told me, she goes, your self-care is only golf, and that's not healthy.
It's not.
And I was like, oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
And so she gave me these. I tried them out, and I think this one might stick.
I'm excited. Welcome to the world.
Yeah.
And this is my one piece of advice when it comes to this stuff. Like, especially with like saunas or infrared or whatever, even the cold plunge to an extent, or, I take lots of different vitamins, and I throw a lot of things at the wall. But the problem is you don't really know. Right?
No,
like,
you don't.
So I take far too many vitamins, and there's pills, and I plunge and sweat and all that. And you just have to have it on faith that what you're doing is best practices and hope that a month, 6 months down the road, a year, you just feel better and that you move better. But there's no real, I think sometimes people do it for 2 weeks and they're like, well, I'm spending this money and what it's not a 2-week thing. It's just a commitment to doing something month after month after month and crossing your fingers that what you're doing is the right thing.
Yeah, none of it's regulated. So it's like the supplements that you buy, which I take. They're good for you, but just know that it's not like there's people knocking on the door making sure that it's doing what they say it's going to do.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so it's but yeah, and Lakeco is again, you're not finding that in Woodburn. That's a Lakeco.
A lot of yoga pants down there.
A lot of yoga pants.
And there's a reason why.
Now, on the flip side of that, see, I had the exact opposite. So this is Saturday. One of the gyms that I go to is on Division, and I got done and I wanted to just grab something to eat. I was kind of running someplace else, so I was like, I just want to grab like a protein shake or a bar, get some calories in me, because I was actually leaving to go do something else. I was lifting and then going to jiu-jitsu. So I figured there's a grocery store right around here. So I looked up, there's a Safeway right around the corner, quarter mile from the gym. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll run in there and they'll have one of the little, pre-made protein shakes, good to go. So I zip in there and I walk into the Safeway. Oh my God. If you know the Safeway of which I'm talking, Thunderdome.
It's not my Safeway.
Oh my goodness. Metal detectors when you walk in. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking over to the, so I thought I'd go look at maybe real quick at the hot bar, thinking maybe they had sometimes they'll have like a grilled chicken or something. There's a lady in there, a bit of a homeless princess, and she's trying to pick out a corn dog, but she wants an individual corn dog. And the lady behind the counter is having none of it. And she's just she's in this, and clearly she's, you don't need to describe her. She is of the streets. She's a streetman. And so she picks out this corn dog and all this food. And I'm sitting there at this poor lady behind the counter is trying to deal with her. And so she just takes the food and starts eating it right there. And I'm like, you know what? Not going to get the chicken breast. We're just going to go get the protein shake. So I go get the protein shake, and I'm on my way out, the self-checkout. They have a thing where you have to scan your receipt to even get out. Like there's a barrier. You can't just walk out without scanning the receipt. And I hear security aisle 7, security aisle 7. Well, aisle 7 is over there where the chicken is. I'm like, oh boy, homeless princess lady is, dealing with this over here. So I go to leave. I don't realize that I didn't realize I had to scan my receipt. I had one thing. It's like $4. And so I go to leave and it won't let me out. And I was like, oh, damn it. And the guy's like, yeah, you got to scan it or whatever. Meanwhile, so I go to grab the receipt. Another homeless gentleman, this guy has one arm, and he's just mumbling to himself. He goes to actually leave the store. He's got like a handful of stuff. He goes to run out. He hits the barrier as well. Now all anarchy's like breaking loose. I'm like, what in the hell is going on?
It's a Twitter or YouTube video. My
Dude,
God.
it's Thunderdome. And so I'm just like, hey, can I just leave? And the security guy's like, dude, fine. So I go out, I get in my car, and as I'm leaving, there's a bikini barista stand, apparently, like right across the street from it. And as I'm waiting to turn left, the bikini barista lady comes out of the place, topless granted, and she's got like one of Schultz's like drinks. I don't know what interaction happened. Hucks it at the guy's car, hits the car, it explodes. That dude peels off. She's giving him the finger. I'm like, holy hell, what is happening? And then as I turn to leave and go left, who's crossing in the crosswalk but corn dog lady herself, just sitting there just with a grip of corn dogs, just in the crosswalk eating it. And I'm like, oh my God, what is happening on this side?
Wait, where were you?
It's the Safeway on it's like right off a Division and like 122nd, something like that.
All right.
Boy, you want to talk about when you brought this up.
Jordan texted me, he said, you have to go to a store, or he said, oh, hell yeah, Souk was in my hood. Try that Safeway after dark.
No, dude, this is like 2:30 on a Saturday. It brought me to my knees. I am humbled. I am absolutely humbled. And I thought to myself, what if that's the Safeway? I went home and I was telling my gal, I said, what if that's the Safeway that you go to? What if that is your normal day-to-day grocery shopping trip? The hell is going on over there? Dude, it's a thing.
He says another texter says if you're a regular customer in there, they're almost apologetic to you when you're trying to do your stuff. It's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thunderdome. But I just loved the idea of like the light turns green and I'm trying to go through and I can't because the same corn dog lady is, and by the way, she wasn't moving. She was just sitting in that intersection just eating that corn dog that she didn't pay for.
You need a helmet.
Dude.
And a shield.
It's wild over there.
And a sword.
It is wild.
You know, I was going to talk about this later, but you've just teed it up perfectly. I have an idea for a new segment that I think could be fun for our show.
Yeah.
And I'm going to run it by you guys.
All right.
Based on what you just said. Coming up next on The Fan.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and a.m.
Yeah, the new Fan Sports Network. We're now on FM 105.1. If you're still listening on 1080, flip on over. Crystal clear, baby.
And better reception
Baby.
from long distances. We don't power it out at night.
Yeah. And you don't go through those weird...
Yeah,
Like,
like dead zones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few in my neighborhood. It drives me crazy.
I got one right as I'm getting on the interstate from my house. You got about a mile, half mile to a mile. You got nothing.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's annoying.
Yeah.
First world problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is week 2.
Not out in Lake O. They got crystal clear service out
Well,
there.
listen, everything we were just talking about is exactly why the Lake O people are a little bit out of shape that the Poors are using their lake. And I kind of get it. Like, what's next? You know?
Just look for every.
Dude, it's wild out there.
I think for every time you go to your what is it, Steam
Sweat house.
Sweat House,
Yeah.
I feel like you should have to go to the Safeway off a Division to balance it out. And when you're done there, you
Dude.
need to drive over and see how the other side lives, and you get a nice little balance there.
That's entirely too far.
Go in, buy a corn dog, and just experience the other side.
I've always been a West Side guy, and I rarely get out even close to 82nd, much less past 82nd.
Smart.
So I just don't. I read about it all the time, dude. But let's not just say.
Don't go past Cesar Chavez. Just stay inside of 39.
Well, let's not just say it's only there, dude. This brings. Okay, so let me get to my. I had a segment prepared for today's show called "Seen and Heard in Portland."
Sure.
That's what we were going to name it for the archives.
Yeah.
Because I've compiled. There's something I saw yesterday downtown Portland that was. I'm still trying to wrap my head around. There was a bumper sticker that I saw, and then there was a tweet that I saw of something that happened in Portland. So I thought, well, let's put all these together. We'll do something called Seen and Heard in Portland. Well, now that so you come in with something every day that you see out there. It is wild in Portland. I don't know how much wilder it is than other cities. It's just a big city.
It's a big city.
But dude, we got a lot of strange stuff going on and a lot of strange people out there. So what if we made it a weekly?
I love it.
Seen and heard in Portland, and the people can contribute. They can.
Yes.
I don't know. We'll have to figure out how they get their stories to us, and we can talk about them on the show. I think it'd be good.
Well, two things. One, I exist almost exclusively on that side of town because that's where I am most days because that's all my gyms are over on that side, and then I go to a lot of dive bars. And stuff you just when you're in like bar districts and you're wandering around, you see stuff. Although that corn dog thing, that was
Dude, you see stuff everywhere.
that was middle of the day.
I was around Powell's yesterday. I don't know if you read the story where the guy the guy was drunk, stole a car, ran over 2 people.
Yeah, 2 people.
Dude, I was right over there. I mean, that could have been me.
Stuff's popping off, man.
And that's like touristy area.
No, that's not even a bad area.
No, it's a nice area.
Yeah, it's
Dude, it's wild out there.
I like it. Seen and heard in Portland.
Yeah.
We just you can message. We need to like either text or we can put out an email and
We'll figure it out.
we just want to hear your stories.
Yeah, and then we can do that. I think it sounds like a fun Friday bit,
I like it.
you know?
Yeah. I always like when we see something and someone's like, oh yeah,
Oh,
you get confirmation. So I was like, oh yeah, that's my Safeway. Like, welcome to my neighborhood.
Yeah, I know that guy.
You're like, I go there at night.
Hey,
yeah.
that's my dad.
You're like, corn dog lady. Corn dog lady lives down the street from me. Oh yeah, I see her all the time.
Fan text line 503-864-6326. And we want a baseball team. Walmart's, Targets, and Fred Meyer's have shut down all around Portland. Boy, it's true. Like, I hate to say that. Maybe those two things can be separate of each other,
Yes.
but
Well, look.
are we?
Here's my thing. Is it perfect? No. Does it make it culturally interesting? I love the city, and I
Listen.
don't mind getting out there and mixing it up. It's kind of fun. You
I
see
don't
some
either.
stuff.
It is fun. It's vibrant, and it's just a city. Cities are kind of all the same. I will say we have a unique. I think we have a little bit more of a unique, psychotic element to our to our shenanigans out
Sure,
there.
yeah.
But whatever.
You get a city of 2.5 million people.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
happen.
It is, but again, they made a show about Portland and how weird it is.
It's a spectrum, though. Like, there is the middle ground between the corn dog lady and then, say, like, a Lego person, right?
Yeah.
Like, there are middle ground. It doesn't sound like you're leaving any room for that.
But when you see
Oh,
it,
shut up, Schultz.
What?
God, we know. Look, this is a great city. There are a lot of great people
Love
here.
it.
We're not talking about everyone.
no.
Dude, you cannot deny that Portland is absolutely wildin' right now.
Yeah, it is.
Way more than it used to be.
Well, of course.
I took my parents out yesterday. We were going to a function, and They saw some S. They've only been downtown once, and they're like, "Whoa, what is going on?" I'm like, "Well, I'll just steer around this. Don't
Well,
don't worry about it."
That was the wrong weekend to take him out.
Schultze, I put blinders on him.
That you
like
should
horsies.
have. Well, the naked bike ride happening.
kidding.
I don't think you should bring your senior citizen age
Well,
parents out
that's
for
a
the first time.
That's a fun event.
It is.
Come on.
More of like, again, you got to ask people. Like when I get people that are in from out of town and they're like, "Hey, let's go out." I always have to ask. This is always my. It's a precedent. It's like, how do you want this evening to go? I need to know what level you want to see and what level you're willing to go. Because we have some people who remain nameless, but there's some clients that come into town and they're always like, "Oh, Sue, come take us out." And they're like, "We love dive bars." I'm like, "Do you love dive bars or do you like dive bars?" Because those are two different things. You want to go to a dive bar, I'll take you to Jerry's. Jerry's is my regular drinking establishment. We'll head over to Slow Bar, and even that can get a little But if you want to go to like a dive bar, we'll go to the Yam Hill, and now we're like, like, are you prepared? Because like there's certain places that you go, you'll tell them, "Hey man, buckle up," and you can see when people are a little unsure, or when they do get there and they're like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "I told you." It's like there's levels to this game.
I mean, it's generally pretty harmless, but I can see if it's your first time down there. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa,
you
don't
know.
bring me back here, please.
Exactly.
My brother and his wife and 2 kids are coming into Portland tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they were texting saying, "Hey, can you pick us up from the train station?" Because they're up in Leavenworth and they were up in the San Juans. They're doing that whole thing. And they're coming down through the train. And I'm like, "Oh, boy. All right. Well, I can't pick you up because I'm working. And my wife doesn't get off until an hour after
Hey,
they
just
get
wander
in."
around the train station. You'll be fine.
And they said, "Is there a train that we can take down to the Olds place?" And I said, "Yeah, that's a Max train, but I am obligated to tell you that they have, kind of it's complicated, but it's not the best reputation for safety. So I don't know. I think you'll be fine." See, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Like, do you recommend someone riding? Okay.
No.
Two people out of towners, San Diego, they're on vacation.
No.
They have girls 11 and 9.
No.
So they need to get to Milwaukee.
No.
Do you recommend them
No.
that's
Uber.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Just pay for an Uber.
Pay for an Uber.
But then they said,
But that's culturally less adventurous.
well, yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
care.
But I told him, I said, I just got to tell you, wild stuff happens on the Max train, but I think you'll probably be fine. But I don't want to be responsible if you do take it and something happens.
Again, the answer is you will probably be fine, but
they're
you-
from San Diego. They see it too.
you may get uncomfortable.
And he
that's-
said that. He goes, "You have no idea." He goes, I see it all the time on the trolley down here. So
Yeah, then they'll be fine.
I think they'll be all right.
But yeah, the Union Station down there, you know what? I think that's a nice slice. Like, here's what you do. You tell them, "Hey, take a lap around Union Station 2-3 times, and if everything's fine and you're feeling pretty comfortable, get on the Max. If that weirds you out a little bit, maybe we take an Uber and we just stay off of the Max. Because, you'll see some stuff down at Union.
Well,
Yeah,
didn't they?
It's an area.
Didn't they move that?
What, Union Station?
Like the Amtrak, not Union Station, but the Amtrak station. I thought, or was it the bus station?
They closed the Greyhound station.
Yeah.
The Greyhound
'Cause
station was right next to the Amtrak.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, that Greyhound station was 50 times worse than Union.
and
Station.
right on the Max line.
Because
Yeah,
I don't know if you know,
exactly.
but sometimes riding like the trains aren't that cheap. Like, but the Greyhound bus,
Cheap.
that's you want to find anything in a
That's
city
the way to
where
go.
buckle up. That you go to take a Greyhound somewhere. That's a slice of life.
So my aunt was balling on a budget. She didn't have any money.
Yeah.
And my late aunt, and she once took a Greyhound bus from Portland to go home to. She lived way out in Eastern Oregon.
Oh, boy.
It was the one time she took a bus was the one time the guy got up and stabbed the bus driver.
Yeah, you don't.
She was on that bus.
Yeah,
Good
look.
Lord.
Do you remember that story?
I do remember that.
She
story.
was on that
She was
bus.
on that? Well, look here. How do I say this? The only reason, and
So how can I recommend getting on the Max train at the Union Station?
well, it's not the bus.
We're 0 for 1.
It's better than the bus. Look, people take the Max for other reasons. The only reason you ever get on a Greyhound bus is because it's the only option. There is not another one. Like literally, I got $750. That's my travel budget. Guess what? You're rubbing some elbows with some people on the Greyhound. That's the only reason. The Max, you're fine. Occasionally you got to hop on a Max and
all right. I don't know. I look. I did my duty. I warned him. I'm gonna feel terrible. if something
If
happens.
something bad goes, you got a story, right?
Well, as long as no one
Ah,
dies,
you'll be fine.
permanently
Yeah,
maimed.
you'll be fine. Maybe scarred a little bit.
Lose a finger.
Well, the kids will see something again, and then this
I tell
kid's
you
got
what.
a story about when they visited Mama and Papa in Portland.
My brother may give up a finger just to avoid paying Uber.
Well, one of those.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
He's like-
that's tough.
he's like, I don't want to pay for
So
it.
it's the cheaper option.
Yeah.
What is it like? Still $2.50 or $3 a person? Yeah, that's way cheaper than an Uber. It's hard to talk somebody out of paying for that instead of an Uber
I
if
don't
they're
know.
a little
Just
cheap.
get the damn Uber.
Come on.
nah, I say roll the dice. Put them
Or,
on the, put
you
'em
know
on the
what-
max.
You know what the other alternative
Love
is?
it.
We're gonna send old man Rop down there.
oh,
Yeah, and
Oh,
I don't
boy.
want to do
You
that.
don't want to do that.
You know,
I think that's more dangerous than getting them on the max.
right?
Jack Robb in a strange city in the Subaru? Nah.
No, not in the Subaru. He's his own car.
Oh, take the max.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not giving up that Subaru.
I wouldn't send my dad down there, and he's a former cop, all right? Like, don't
Yeah.
do it.
I don't know what to do.
I would like to state for the record, I freaking love this city, and I love the fact this conversation only makes me love this city even more.
I love it too, but I tell you, it's wild. So maybe we will do a segment each week called "Seen and Heard" in
I like it.
Portland.
100%.
We'll get back to you on that. We will have one of those segments today. I have multiple things in the notes. We have two of them already.
That's great.
A third one is coming up.
Yeah.
Ichiro Enshrined, complete with audio, next on 105.1 The Fan. Here's Schultz.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Colorado head football coach Dion Sanders holding a press conference with his medical team earlier today, announcing he has undergone treatment for a cancerous tumor on his bladder, resulted in his bladder being completely removed, though he is now cancer-free following that treatment. Over in baseball, the Mariners 4 games back of the Astros in the AL West, also tied for that final wild card spot with the Rangers, getting right back at it tonight in Sacramento against the Athletics. Luis Castillo v. J.P. Sears on the bump. First pitch 7:05 p.m. on Root Sports. Cal Raleigh still leading the league in home runs with 41. Over to football, ESPN's Dan Graziano reporting that the Browns are likely to trade one of 4 QBs, being Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Shador Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel before week 1 of the regular season. And Bucs head coach Todd Bowles said that rookie edge rusher David Walker out for the year after tearing his ACL on Friday. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultz from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays 10 to 1. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM. Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right. Let's get to some sports. I thought of another thing we could do. Look at me, full of ideas. Well, Schulte is in here today, you know?
Yeah.
And he's a big Mariner guy. He's got his Mariner jersey on right now.
I think that's a pullover. I don't think that's a jersey.
Yeah, that's what like Dan Wilson wears.
Like a batting practice shell.
What Dan Wilson wears.
Yeah, I see him wearing this in the dugout. A listener on the fan text line a few months ago called it a muumuu. Was like, no, it's that is literally what the players and the coaches
it's like
wear.
like I said, it's like a BP. It's a pregame sort of thing.
Well, look,
I were a baseball player.
He has Mariner gear on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge Mariner guy.
He wears a lot of Mariner gear, and now, I mean, they got the favorite for the damn MVP.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, but I want to talk about Ichiro. I just wonder, like,
That was cool.
what do you think about hosts based on the topic? The new fan, like the Fan Sports Network,
Yeah.
the Fan Global Sports Network. Like, if there's a football thing,
Yeah.
you're on.
Okay.
Like, it's a big football day,
Yeah.
Big Sook's hosting. If it's a big golf day, I'm hosting. If it's a big Mariner day, Schulte's hosting. Like, I was thinking
we
about
go
this.
to the bullpen. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about like sports radio per topic. It'd be great. I would rarely be on and make the same amount of money.
I hate to say this, but
Fantastic.
anytime you come up with an idea, it usually involves you working less.
You'd be on all the time.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to tell you, but
I immediately knew where you were going with that. Like you just
look, I looked over there and I saw Schulte and I thought, well, what a great day to have Schulte in here because we're talking about Ichiro. I would like to talk about Ichiro.
Yes. Which, by the way, that was a really cool moment.
It was. We'll get to it in a second. But if Buck were over there, you've got he's Oregon Ducks guy. He's San Francisco Giants guy. Like his big duck. Like there's a duck topic I have in my notes. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow.
Sure.
Although Schulte's kind of a duck fan too, aren't you?
Die hard, yes.
Oh.
I had season tickets like from age like 13 through 17. So
If I know three things about Schulte. One, Starbucks. Or not Starbucks, Dutch Brothers. Yeah, we got our iced coffee, and that man loves himself some Oregon Ducks, and he loves him some Seattle Mariners. Those are the two things with a side of McDonald's. That's my Schulte in there.
Sounds like we need more Schulte on the fan. That's what it sounds like.
Look at him.
I love
He's licking those chops right
Ducks and Mariners. Now we don't talk a lot of Mariners, but Ichiro worthy of discussion because one, I have some amazing numbers about Ichiro that we need to disseminate. And he was greatness.
Well, this is a big deal in my house because he's the first Japanese player in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. And so at my house and then in the Otasan family, this was a very, very big deal for a baseball crazed country. And so that was awesome.
He was the first. Yeah, it's like you forget about this now because of Shohei and
and there's been a lot that
all the different players, but he was the first Japanese-born position player in Major League Baseball history. Yeah. And he didn't get here until he was 27 years old. In Japan, he had won 7 straight batting titles. Yep. He had like 1,200 and some hits over there.
Well, had he
won the Triple Crown, he was hitting 350 for his career in Japan. And what I think is interesting, I was thinking about him today, and we'll play some audio for you in our next segment, but in the steroid era of home runs, Bonds and McGuire and Sosa and all those guys, his style when he came around in 2001 was quite questioned. Yeah. Right? He was a human hit machine, but we didn't know that. So the idea, other than his stats, but the idea of a contact slap hitter taking on major league pitching, he didn't get a lot of respect. He came over with a lot of hype, but I think there were a lot of people looking at him going,
He did win the MVP his first year.
Well, I know. Well, I'm saying before he got here. I think people looked at that and said, they were skeptical. Yeah. They were like, you ain't going to hit 350 here. Well, dude, he might have had the best rookie season in the history of baseball. Yep. He won Rookie of the Year and MVP. Yep. And I saw a video today talking about Ichiro that he went 2 for his first 9 up in Seattle. Okay. So this is 2001. He had played 2 games. I think he went, I want to say 2 for 5 and 0 for 4. Okay. So he's 2 for 9. This is going to blow your mind. So at that point, people are looking at him and the way he's hitting, and they're like, I don't know. I mean, it's only 9 at bats. Sure. But people are like, this is exactly what I thought. Yeah. People like your brother.
This is what we do in baseball. Yeah, he was always critical of Ichiro.
He didn't like
Ichiro guy. No.
But from that point on, Ichiro would amass over 10,000 plate appearances. So he was 2 for his first 9. From that point on, he never fell below the batting average of 300 again.
Really?
Not one time. Is that nuts?
And he played for
His whole career.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1920. I mean, he played forever. That's insane.
That is insane.
I would have thought towards the end, though, with some of those seasons, like with the Marlins or whatever, I would have
Nope.
thought he dipped.
You know how many pitches he saw where his career batting average was below 300?
I'm guessing
Pitches.
I'm guessing not many.
Like 20?
Do you know this?
No, I don't, but it's a very low number.
The answer is 25.
25.
Good
Wow.
grief. That's silly. Absolutely silly.
Yet, I don't think he was as respected as he should have been.
Well, he wasn't, because there two things. One, we don't respect contact hitters. We just don't. And he played on some bad Mariner teams. And the rub that you heard from some Mariner fans they were talking about moving him down in the lineup and saying, hey, we don't need you to hit 320. We need you to hit 270 and hit 35 home runs and drive in runs. And supposedly he was not willing to change his approach. And so I think there was the idea that he was just a stat accumulator and really didn't do a whole lot to help the team. And that was, I'm not saying any of that was true. I just think that was the notion that was out there with some Mariner fans. It's like, dude, we suck. I'm glad that you went 2 for 4 and you had 2 singles, and then what the hell does that do for us? I think that was the knock on him.
Well, we're talking about Ichiro because he was enshrined into the Hall of Fame yesterday. We have a little bit of audio from his speech, which was great. It was a cool moment. And some more numbers appreciating Ichiro.
And he should be the hit king, in my humble opinion.
That's next on 105.1 The Fan. All right, coming up top of the hour, was it the greatest? We also have a Stockwatch coming up. And in the news from, Stockwatch from Schultze, and then in the news from me, your noted newsman. We're talking about Ichiro enshrined. Good little speech out of Ichi.
Yeah, you don't. He supposedly always spoke very solid English. He just used an interpreter a lot. A lot of people do. They don't want to get misquoted or misinterpreted, and it was also kind of a quiet, shy guy. But I think that was by far the longest I've ever heard him speak in English, and I thought he did an amazing job and showed some humor and some wit, and and he's a handsome devil too. I'm just a big Ichiro guy. I thought that whole thing was just a class act all the way.
Here's about a minute and a half from his speech.
People often measure me by my records. 3,000 hits, 10 gold gloves, 10 seasons of 200 hits. Not bad, huh? Baseball taught me what it means to be a professional, and I believe that is the main reason I am here today. Not because my skills are better than others. 3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired. Going into America's Baseball Hall of Fame was never my goal. I didn't even know there was one until I visited Cooperstown for the first time in 2001. But being here today sure feels like a fantastic dream. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good. I don't think I've ever really heard him talk.
No, you can find some clips of him speaking in English, but
the rat's butt in a wool sock clip.
Yeah.
And then I think he gave at the Mariners Hall of Fame induction a speech in English as well. That's maybe 5 or 6 minutes long.
But
so that's it.
Yeah, and I just thought this was the humor. I loved if you don't know what he's talking about there, he was one shy away from being the second player with Mo Rivera to be unanimous into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, one vote shy.
One vote shy. Yeah. One writer.
So did you think he really invited that writer to dinner?
I think so. I think that was one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to sit down. Well, I would love to know who that is that that looked at Ichiro and went, no, not a first ballot. But there's always that one guy that's like, well, if so-and-so wasn't a first ballot, or if so-and-so wasn't unanimous, then Ichiro shouldn't be unanimous either, which I just, don't get me started on that.
What do you think dinner at Ichiro's house would be like?
I don't know. I mean, I guess supposedly behind the closed doors, he's a different person than what is out there.
Might be kind of fun.
I would absolutely love that.
Well, I thought it was interesting. He said, baseball taught me what it meant to be a pro, be professional.
Yeah.
And he said it's not that. He says people think it's my skills that got me to the Hall of Fame. No, it was how to be a professional, which I think is a great. That's a great comment.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of young people, it's like, look, you can have all the skills in the world, and of course Ichiro does, but he's saying, hey, my routine and how I went about my business being a professional is why I'm here, more so than my skills, and I think that's a lot of Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and I just. The best way to put it. There's a little bit like we were talking about this. I'm trying to remember who it was. We talked about it was Frankie Lindor. That was talking about this at the All-Star game. He said, I'm not motivated, I'm disciplined, because motivation wanes and discipline does not. And you mentioned, Ichiro saying it taught him how to be a pro. That might be the most professional baseball player of all time, right? Like his preparation is legendary. The stretching, the pregame stuff. He's
like Tom Brady levels.
Yes, he was robotic. And who was it? Dilfer that talked to us about the Brady thing. He said Brady will share his program with anyone that wants him to. It's just that no one's willing to do it. And Ichiro has that. And there's a reason why that guy played forever. And by the way, still he has that same routine now. It's kind of sad, but he still does all that stuff even though he's been retired for years and years. And I do think that there is a lot to learn from that for young players. If you had to have, a player coming up and whether it's a high school, college, Major League Baseball, if you had to say if you want the best possible chance to be successful, and you had to take one guy's advice, one guy's routine, wouldn't you pick Ichiro's?
Are you talking just baseball?
Just baseball.
Yeah, boy. Ooh.
Where are you going? Where are you going to find someone that has that level of dedication? Now, it's kind of psychotic and it's probably not healthy for you.
But the discipline, too.
Yes, the discipline.
That would be hard. You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody that would rival him in that regard. And it was cool that he said that. He was like, look, I was a pro. That's what got me here, not my skills. Anyway, we also got a new drop out of that.
We did.
Sucanic.
What do we got?
Expired.
That is good.
Expired.
And I contend that I always dislike Pete Rose and I like Ichiro. So I am probably biased. But because, Pete Rose was always pretty sensy about Ichiro. Because Pete Rose was a whiny.
Yeah, he's a jerk. I agree with you on this.
He was also kind of racist.
Oh, yeah. And he would call him the hit queen or whatever. Get out of here with that. Ichiro played 7 seasons in the Nippon League before coming over?
Started at age 19.
At 19. So he played 7 seasons and was, 200 hits every year, came in. And so for anyone that is doubting, because if you add his hits from that league with Major League Baseball, he is the hit king. And no one's trying to say that the Japanese league is equal to Major League Baseball, but he needed 1,500 fewer plate appearances to get to Rose's hit total. 1,500. And don't give me this crap that Ichiro couldn't come into Major League Baseball. He came into Major League Baseball in that first year at 242 hits and then proceeded to reel off 9 more 200 hit seasons.
He got 3,000 hits just here.
Yes. So
I don't know how many people know that. I think that the thing that follows him is just that, it's combined with Japan hits, so it's not as great. Dude, take Japan out of it. He got 3,000 hits here, and he didn't debut here till he was 27.
Yes. So if he had just had average seasons for him for those first 7 years, he surpasses Pete Rose. Dude, that Ichiro is the great. If we're saying hit king, there has never been a better singles contact hitter than Ichiro Suzuki. He's the best.
We've never seen anything like him. I've got a few numbers.
With, like you mentioned, 10 gold gloves.
Yeah, I got a few numbers coming up next on that. And then we have to talk about one other baseball item before we move on to Stockwatch. Was it the greatest offensive performance of all time? That's next on 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Colorado head football coach Dion Sanders talking at a press conference this morning alongside his medical team, announcing that he has undergone cancer treatment. There was a tumor on his bladder that actually resulted in his bladder being completely removed, though since that procedure, he is cancer-free. Moving on to baseball, the Mariners 4 games back of the Astros in the AL West, also tied for the final wildcard spot with AL rival Texas, getting right back at it tonight in Sacramento against the Athletics. Luis Castillo v. J.P. Sears on the bump. First pitch at 7:05 on Root Sports. Cal Raleigh still leading the league with 41 home runs. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Primetime with Isaac and Souk.
12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. I turn and look. There's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, "What are you doing in here, little kitty cat?"
Isaac Robb.
Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. We need more dogs.
Jason Sukanik.
Try to let it out the front door. Meow, meow. The cat's still going crazy in there.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
We don't need a bunch of cats in here. Meow, looking in the mirror. Be a dog.
105.1 and 1080.
We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
The Fan.
All right, welcome back. Hour 2 of our Monday program. Hope you had a nice, buttery little weekend. Schultze is in for Buckley today, for some reason. And Big Souk Jason Sukanik is over there.
Once again, child care
Expired.
Ryan Buckley is expired.
Expired.
That is a great drop, by the way.
So a couple of other Ichiro stats, and then one other baseball question, then we move on to Stockwatch coming up next. So I saw a couple things about Ichiro that maybe you might not know.
Okay.
One is, because like you were talking about, like all the singles that he hit. I mean, that is kind of a criticism. I mean, look.
I hate that.
I know.
already hate where you're going.
Well, but it should be noted. Let's say that. It's not a criticism, but it should be noted that of the players in the Hall of Fame with 3,000 hits, he only had 362 doubles, by far the fewest, and 117 home runs, by far the fewest. He was a singles king.
Yes.
And that is criticized by some. He also had a ton of infield hits. He is the only player with over 300, 400, or 500 infield hits. So they haven't been tracking infield hits since, I think, like right when he first came to the league. So it doesn't go way back.
Yeah.
But he has 551 infield hits. The next most since they began tracking that is 257.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, can I quickly... I need to poo-poo on anybody saying that his singles ability should not get him to the Hall of Fame. Like, I love that you bring that number up right there, Rob. There was, for a period of time... Yeah, at the end of his career, he wasn't as fast, but they were still throwing it hard in the infield. There was a period of time that infielders had to get up off their horse quickly. They knew they didn't have that split second to delay throwing the ball to first. It was a very widely known thing around Major League Baseball that if Ichiro hits it to you, if you're not getting it off immediately, it's a base hit. And that was one of the coolest things that players could have done in that era, despite the home runs. So it's so funny that people just forget about how good that is.
I think that there's a lot of guys that can do that now. Like if you don't get it over to first base, they're gonna beat it. But infielders are so good now; they're slinging that thing right. I mean, dude, O'Neal Cruz, him throwing to first base would knock your head off. Like
it's a howitzer.
But I think that where Ichiro stands apart from anybody who is just fast and can get down the line is it is an art to just simply put the ball in play, beat it into the ground, and run to first base.
Yeah,
and a lot of guys can't do that.
Well, and he had that being left-handed. He had the advantage, and a lot of times when he would already be leaving the box.
Yes.
Yeah, by the time the ball was put in play, he was 2 steps down the line.
Not only that, but his willingness to do that
Yes.
is great, because a lot of players don't think that's cool, or they want to, Ichiro just wanted to get on base. That's the name of the game in baseball. Do you know who is second in infield hits? 257?
It's got to be someone that can, obviously,
Ricky Henderson.
They can get down the line. Yeah, but
Well, no, again, this is only since they.
Yeah, since
so it's like since 2000 they've only been tracking this, or whatever it is, like 2001.
I don't know.
Who else is known for infield hits?
I'm trying to think of who else is just slapping
Kenny
it down the line and
Lofton?
then running.
Lofton? No, that's a good guess, but no,
Yeah.
he was before.
He played into the 2000s, but not enough.
Derek Jeter.
What?
Really?
Jeetsy.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jeets.
Jeets. Well,
I can't say I think of Jeets as a
yeah, he had a lot of them.
necessarily as a real speedster.
But the other thing too is not just the single. Like, people will try to criticize him for the singles, but you add in the steals and the Gold Gloves.
Mhm.
He's the only player to win 10 Gold Gloves in his first 10 seasons, besides Johnny Bench.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yes.
We've just really never seen anything like him. Here's one other one. Actually, I have two others. One, he hit 329 in his career against lefties. Why is that crazy? He was a lefty. That's the best ever for a lefty.
And you know why he had lefty, right?
Well, I think he was naturally right-handed.
Yes, and his dad taught him how to hit left-handed because he said, hey, you can get out of the box, what Suk was saying. This is how you're going to beat other players. That was Ichiro's whole style, was getting out of the box and hitting it really hard from the left side, or just placing it exactly where he wanted it to. Yeah. That's the cool thing about him. He could do whatever he wanted to at any moment.
Well, and again, this goes back to, you can either appreciate it or you can be critical of it, is that Ichiro didn't have to play that style. I've told the story. We went down, this was when it was me and the great Iron Furnace, but we went down to Mariners spring training the first year they did the World Baseball Classic. And so this was early on in Ichiro days.
It's like 04, 05.
Something like that. And we got to, after the Mariners finished up, we were still there doing our show. And Team Japan, this was in Peoria or Surprise, I forget which one.
Peoria.
And Team Japan came out, and there was only a handful of people left in the stadium. And we had to stay there till 7 because we were doing our show. And so Team Japan came out, and Ichiro took batting practice. And I kid you not, Ichiro was launching home runs. I mean, it was ridiculous. And they weren't like little line drives, towering shots. And that was always the thing. People said if he wanted to in BP, and by the way, he was doing it and his teammates were kind of hugging him, and he was putting on a show, and he said he didn't do it very often. That was the thing. They said if Ichiro wanted to hit 265 or 270, he could have hit 35, 40 home runs. And he chose not to. And so that's what I said. Some people criticize that, and some people are like, dude, this is the way he wanted to play. This is what his vision of his game was. But he was so versatile, he could have changed the way he played. Oh, and then as you mentioned, one of the best outfielders we've ever seen, could steal bases, all of that.
Rocket for an arm.
Yeah, absolutely. He was incredible.
2,244 hits from 2001 to 2010 is the most in history for a player in his first 10 seasons.
Yeah.
And he averaged 224 hits per season over that span. That average has only been exceeded in an individual season by a player 58 times since 1901.
And that's his average.
That's his average. He averaged 224 hits. Only 58 times has a player since 1901 even gotten 224 hits, much less averaged over a 10-year period. It's insane.
Yeah. And yet, I just don't know if he will be a polarizing guy. He is, and you think about, he was one shy and was of being unanimous. Was Griffey 2 or 3?
He was 2 or 3, yeah.
He was 2 or 3. So can we look, is there a list of just quick of players that were closest? Because I know Mo Rivera is the only one to be unanimous, right? What are the top 10 vote getters?
I got you. Bloop, bloop, ba, ba, ba. Stand by.
I mean, I got it already. But...
So when I think about it,
so Mo Rivera 100%,
100%,
Ichi 99.7%,
yeah,
Derek Jeter, 99.7%, both missing 1 vote. Ken Griffey, short of 3 votes, 99.3%. That's junior.
Yeah.
Tom Seaver, short 5 votes, 98.8%. Nolan Ryan, short 6 votes, 98.8%.
Who are those 6 people? My God.
And Cal Ripken, he was short 8 votes at 98.5%.
Okay, so now we throw Ichiro in there, and if we were just talking legacy and how people are going to be remembered, Ichiro will be the most divisive and interesting legacy for someone in that rarefied air. He was 1 shy, and yet when you're talking about it, there's not another player on that list that we can even have any sort of conversation about.
I think,
but with Ichiro, people will be like, man, I don't know.
I think you mean I don't know as in a Hall of Famer, or
just,
because I think Nolan Ryan has a little bit of that.
You got that? Yeah, I guess we've had.
There's a lot of people who think Nolan Ryan was just a compiler and a little overrated. I don't think that, but there are people who think that.
Then maybe he is the field player equivalent then of Nolan Ryan. Because I think when you consider the company that he's in, I just don't know if we will ever talk about him in those terms. And considering he's 1 vote shy, imagine if that one guy and he had only been the 2nd unanimous player ever. People would have been butthurt over that. People would have been like, really, Mo Rivera and Ichiro? And it will be a complicated legacy, I think, for him.
Congrats to Ichiro. He was awesome.
Yes.
He was awesome to watch. One of a kind. What a great career. Seems like a great dude, too.
And honestly, even in his city, in Seattle, again, when you're talking about greatest Mariners of all time, how many diehard Mariners put Ichiro even in their top 2 or 3?
Well, they've had a lot of greats come through there, though.
Yeah, but
they watch Ken Griffey Jr., they watch Randy Johnson.
Yeah, Edgar is higher on a lot of people's lists.
They
than
loved
Ichiro.
Edgar.
See, there you go.
I love Edgar.
No offense to Edgar Martinez, and Edgar is great. But the idea that Mariner fans think that Edgar Martinez was a better baseball player than Ichiro Suzuki is silly.
Hey, they're both Hall of Famers. And really quickly, just let me add congratulations. Ichiro was one of the main reasons that I got into baseball as a kid. I was like 12 during that 2001 season. So it was like during my formative years, and this is just awesome.
All right, we've got another baseball moment that occurred after our show ended on Friday, which we will have to get to in our next hour of radio broadcast, because it is time for Stockwatch, what we're buying and selling from the weekend in sports, next on The Fan.
It's Primetime Stockwatch. What's all the hype? Are Isaac and Suk buying it or calling BS and unloading it fast?
Sounds to me like you guys are a couple of bookies.
Is the hype accurate or a bunch of hot gas? Before you buy or sell, listen close.
It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts aren't too tight in the seat.
Primetime Stockwatch is brought to you by 1-800-DIVORCE. When you need to take stock of your rights, 1-800-DIVORCE is on your side. Call 1-800-DIVORCE today.
Yes, Stockwatch with a special guest star today.
One of the more underrated drops we have. Evil Schultzy Santa just puts me in a good mood every time.
Jordan Schultz, everybody.
Oh, appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas in July, right? Has anybody seen any of those ads? I've seen Hallmark Channel
We're doing
advertising
Christmas in July?
Christmas movies in July.
Yeah, that's
But-
what they do.
Yeah.
Well, what else is Hallmark doing? I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, that Kansas City Chiefs Christmas movie, they kept advertising that. It's like, oh, go get ready for football season. Watch this.
Hey, those things do big business for that.
They're
channel.
great. I got into them last
Yeah,
Christmas.
you got roped
Yeah,
in.
they're great.
I love them. Not
Easy
July,
watch.
but
Easy watch.
Yeah. Do you guys watch it in July? I don't.
No, not in July.
I don't watch in December.
I,
But, you know.
I mean, I think I am super uber obsessed with Christmas, but I think people that do it in July are a little sick. Let's just be honest. But hey, I've got my own quirks. You've got yours. Let's start with somebody that had his quirks with the Dallas Mavericks guys, but apparently with the Los Angeles Lakers, they are all gone. That is one Luka freaking Doncic. In a report published today, he is on the cover of Men's Health, but in that report, there are multiple photos of a significantly thinner Luka Doncic and a off-season diet that he has reportedly taken under now. It is basically the exact opposite of what he was doing before. High levels of protein, gluten-free, low sugar, intermittent fasting, 250 grams per day of protein. And apparently, this is turning him into a really sexy NBA player, and one that Stephen A. Smith for ESPN says fans, especially of the Lakers, should be watching.
He's been called out. He knows he's been called out. And he's responded to the challenge to let everybody know that he's going to come back and he's going to be ready. So it's going to show once he steps on the basketball court. We're not worried about what he brings offensively. What you're thinking about is his movement without the basketball offensively, because he'd be in shape and he'd be willing to run more. And number two, he'd obviously be willing, you hope, to play better defense and not be a defensive liability where he's being blown by all the damn time. So him taking this challenge on is a really, really big deal, and it's very, very good news for the Los Angeles Lakers and Lakers Nation.
So buy or sell, guys. Luka Doncic going to have the best season of a career now that he is slimmed down.
Well, I mean, first off, he looks amazing. Like, if you look at the photos, he looks like a different person.
We just saw him too. Wasn't he like at the? It wasn't the ESPYs, but we saw him not too long ago, and he didn't look any different. Like these last couple months.
Yeah, it's
dude, it's
alarming.
because when you see go look at the Men's Health cover.
Yeah. He looks like a different person.
It looks photoshopped. Like
Yeah.
it looks AI. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't look. It's really him.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Yeah.
It's
And-
like when your ex gets hot.
Got that revenge body.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, look, fat shaming works. You are going to get the most motivated Luka that you're going to get. And by the way, apparently unmotivated Luka he's one of the 10 best players in the NBA since arriving in the league and took a team to the brink of an NBA title. So as long as he stays healthy, and you would assume that being in shape doesn't guarantee health, but yes, I think you are going to get the best Luka, because the only reason that Dallas got rid of him supposedly is they didn't believe that long-term he was dedicated enough. And so you are about to get the FU Luka, and if you're the rest of the league, look out, because it's the only knock you had on him is that he didn't play defense, and some of that was because he was out of shape and he didn't have the energy to do it. So yeah, I think we're getting revenge tour Luka, and I'm kind of here for it. I'm excited because it is a bit silly that you have all that money and the only thing preventing you from being in this shape is you spending money and having a little dedication.
Well, okay, so I read the Men's Health piece on him.
Did you?
I did, and in there it says that he actually committed to this in 2023 in Dallas. He knew it. He knew he had to get in better shape, and he hired his own team.
Yeah.
They call it Team Luka. There's 3 people, nutritionists amongst them. But he said what ended up happening was they went all the way to the finals. And because you can't, like, during the season, you're just it's turn and burn. Like, they're on planes all the time. He said he was really bad about his diet, on traveling and everything. But he had this team in place, but really most of that work is put in the offseason. So he said what ended up happening was they went to the finals. And he only had a couple of weeks, because they weren't expected to go to the finals. He only had a couple of weeks before he had to turn around and play for Team Slovenia. And then the season came around. So he really did not, yes, his body was beat up. He did not have the right habits, and they didn't have the time to really turn him around. What the difference was this year was they were ousted from the playoffs early. That gave him an extra month where his team told him, they said, do not pick up a basketball for a month. We're doing nothing for a month. We're focusing on other things like your diet, exercise, and kind of working out different muscles. Well, dude, it's I think, what are we, 2 months into that?
Something like that.
He looks like a completely different person.
Yep.
So part of it is he did commit to this earlier.
Just kind of got derailed.
It got derailed, and part of it is just circumstance. But yes, to go back to the stock, I do think, and we'll talk more about this later, I think it's really interesting what he's doing and what it could become. But I do think you're going to get the best season from Luka, barring a weird injury, which could happen.
Again, there's no guarantee that being in shape stops you from blowing a knee.
But it should help him. I mean, look, we all know he would get gassed, and he's, like as Stephen A. was talking about, a defensive liability. They say he's improved his vertical. They say, and he hasn't done 5-on-5 yet, so they haven't really tested him against other players.
Sure.
But there are a lot of things that he has improved that they won't necessarily jump out at you in terms of basketball, but it's just, he is like, I think one of the things they said in there is a couple of the people working with him are like, dude, you have no idea how athletic this guy is.
Yeah.
Like he had the dad bod, and he kind of
think about the
doesn't
fact that,
show it all that much.
He was cooking people when he had the dad bod. Well, and by the way, this happened to Jokic too. Jokic was cooking people when he was chubby Jokic, and then he slimmed down. He's not necessarily shredded, but he's in much better shape now, and all he's doing is reeling off MVPs.
Yeah, so I think Doncic is going to have a monster year. Yeah. And I would watch out, especially because, I don't know, I think he's taken a lot from being with LeBron, too.
Yeah,
because LeBron, say what you will about LeBron, he's been the consummate pro in taking care of his body.
LeBron's got him on that certain vitamin program.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we all know what LeBron, come on now.
Allegedly?
What is that? What is that clinic down in Miami that he was like hanging out at?
B12 vitamins, right? That's all.
Oh yeah, he was implicated in that, wasn't he? Wasn't that the Bonds clinic? Wasn't that?
That wasn't the Bonds. Like that was
Balco.
I think it was the A-Rod clinic down there.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, in Florida.
It was like Anthony Bosch or
Biogenesis.
something. Come on now. Just.
All right, from MVPs in one sport to MVPs in another sport. Do y'all see the updated odds for the AL MVP over the weekend?
Yes,
yeah, Cal Raleigh moving to the top of the list. He had another bomb as well.
Oh, fly ball launched center field. Cal Raleigh leans into it, and it's gone. It disappears in center field. His 41st home run this year. Tied for the most ever by a switch-hitting catcher in any single season.
Yeah, Cal still leading the league in overall home runs, tied, or I think it's second now for RBIs, but obviously the defense and overall player has put him into the conversation, or player that he is, put him into the MVP conversation. Aaron Judge going on the injured list over the weekend. He may miss some time with a flexor strain in his right elbow, though there is hope that he will come off as soon as he is eligible. But because of Aaron Judge going on the injured list, the AL MVP odds now sitting at Cal Raleigh as the favorite at minus 130. This is after Aaron Judge, guys, a couple months ago was almost a minus 20,000, not 2,000, 20,000 favorite. The odds, it was like a crazy comeback through the month of June, and now at the end of July, Cal Raleigh sitting at minus 130, Aaron Judge plus 100. Buy or sell, guys, Cal will win the MVP this season.
I just think it's going to be Judge. From my understanding is they're saying that after 10 days, they're going to move Judge to DH, and that hitting isn't his problem, because the flexor strain is a precursor to the Tommy John thing. and they're saying they're not going to move him to first yet. Eventually, I think that may be where he's going, but they're working Stanton into the outfield, so he'll be back in 10 days.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Stanton's going to be in the outfield?
Stanton's going to be in the outfield.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Because Stanton's their DH, and by the way, he's been playing really well. And so
He's been hitting really well.
he's been hitting really
He's
well.
going to hurt himself again.
Yeah.
So Stanton's going to go play in the outfield. They're going to move Judge to DH, and I just think if as long as Judge is back in 10 days, dude, the guy's hitting 342, and the Yankees are going to be a playoff team. The Mariners, we'll see. And I still wonder, dude, Cal is freaking amazing. I just wonder if at some point in the season, the wear and tear for being behind the plate, dude, he plays a lot. It's not like he's taking days off and they're not putting him at DH. I just wonder if, all it takes is one foul ball off the shin, one to get hit in the hand. There's a reason why catchers don't hit 55 home runs. So I want it to be Cal Raleigh. I think if it's close, they're going to give it to Judge because it's Aaron Judge. So
who votes for MVP?
The writers.
Is it writers?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I could see them. I don't know. I can still see people kind of going, Cal Raleigh, I don't know. I don't think he will win MVP to buy or to actually sell the stock. I don't think he will. I don't know if it's going to be Judge. Probably will be Judge as long as he stays healthy or if he comes back healthy. But I don't know. There's still part of me that I hate to say this. There's part of me that still thinks Cal Raleigh will come back down to earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's just so weird that he is so awesome.
That's what my dad keeps saying.
He's Cal Raleigh.
Yeah. He's like, is it gonna be a month of nothing from him soon?
But when you look at Cal,
exactly.
dude,
he is a Mariner.
Cal has hit for power every single year, and he's getting better and better and better. It's just that this year, he's not hitting 220. So, will he come back to earth, or is this the actual progression of seeing the best catcher in baseball just get better and better and better? So I'm not certain that it's a fluke thing. Catchers get beat up. I would love to see if the Mariners could start platooning him and playing some more DH. Because they need his bat. That home run that he hit, by the way, was their only damn run, and they lost again.
I mean, it's hard to put him at DH, though, because he's a Platinum Glove winner.
I know.
He throws some of the most runners out, at second base of any catcher, so it's tough.
All right. Is that it, Schulte?
I think that's all we got time for, guys.
Okay. I love that.
Appreciate
Brought to you by Goldberg Jones. When it comes to divorce, custody, or child support issues, trust Goldberg Jones to help. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Phone questions answered at no charge. In the news is next. We have flying tires and unhealthy noise levels. Here's Schulte.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Seattle Mariners sitting 4 games back of the Astros in the AL West, tied for that final wild card spot, although it's another AL West opponent. The Texas Rangers sitting alongside them, getting right back at it tonight in Sacramento against the Athletics. Luis Castillo and J.P. Sears on the bump. First pitch set for 7:05 on Root Sports. You just heard us talking about Cal Raleigh still leading the league in home runs with 41. On to college football. Some good news from head coach Dion Sanders for Colorado today. He held a press conference alongside his medical team announcing that he has undergone treatment to remove a cancerous tumor on his bladder. It actually ended up resulting in the whole bladder being removed, but Coach Prime now cancer-free following the treatment. And one note out of football, ESPN's Dan Graziano reporting that the Browns are likely to trade one of 4 quarterbacks, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel before week 1 of the regular season. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks game day. Before and after every Ducks football game. Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, cruising right along on a fancy little Monday.
It is. It's a fancy Monday.
Fancy Monday.
All right. Footloose and fancy free. Moving right along.
Moving right along.
That was a nice Kermit impression. I didn't even bother to try to throw a Kermit deep fry.
Proud of you. Do you guys know that I love Kermit?
Why are there so many?
Oh my goodness, that's
about
even...
rainbows. And what's
That's
on
Jordan.
the other side?
You got two good Kermits in here.
Yeah.
You got two great Kermits.
Dude, Kermit.
I don't even make the attempt.
Kermit. I don't want to get into the whole thing.
The current voice sucks. Can we just say that? It's not
Kermit
a real sounding Kermit.
It sucks when, Jim Henson, I mean, it's all changed.
Sure.
You could do a better Kermit than the current guy.
Back in the day,
Kermit was great.
we were talking about Ichiro. There's no one like him.
Yeah.
I give you Kermit the Frog.
The original Muppet movie stands
Yes.
up, and it's just...
God, the Muppets are so great.
It's great.
Such greatness. All right, it's July 28, 2025. It's time for In the News. I'm your noted and humble newsman. Hi. Hi. Adley Rutschman's back.
Oh.
He just hit a 2-run double.
That's good.
For my O's.
He's been on a bit of the struggle bus.
Well, he's been hurt.
Yeah. But this year, before he was hurt,
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
struggle bus.
It's brought to you by The Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is National Hamburger Day.
Who doesn't love a good hamburger? Well, is that the same thing as a cheeseburger?
No, it's not. And that's what I was about to say is you just don't see hamburgers anymore.
Well, why would you? Throw cheese on that bitch.
Like, it used to be that the cheeseburger, like if you were growing up when you and I were growing up,
the hamburger was the staple.
You would have a hamburger on the menu, but you would also have a cheeseburger. But the cheeseburger was kind of the bastard burger. Like it was always just the hamburger.
Yep.
Now, you don't even see a hamburger. It's just it's just cheeseburger.
Yeah, the idea of
the evolution of man.
Asking if you want cheese on a hamburger is like asking if you want mayonnaise in your tuna.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Like, who eats a hamburger?
Exactly.
You have to ask for it without it now. You have to specifically say,
Yes.
"Can I just have a hamburger?"
It is funny because if I'm grilling, I will specifically. I always ask the question: does anyone not want cheese? Because it used to be you'd be like, "Hey, who wants cheese?" Now you're like, "Dude, are any of you bastards
Why would you
weirdos?"
even ask that?
Yeah. Well, because you
just make two without.
Yeah,
Don't
you
even
may get
ask.
a lactose intolerant, whatever sort of
That's
thing.
like you, and you still eat cheese.
Hell yeah, dude, cheese tears me up, and you know what? I don't care. I deal with the consequences. Why? Because cheese is great.
Cheese is one of the finest nectars that the world provides.
Yes.
Damn right. And we have the best in here in Oregon with Tillamook. Oh my God.
The Tillamook white sharp cheddar. Oh, man.
Or just the extra sharp, like yellow cheddar.
You know how I prefer my cheese. I prefer the whites.
Just don't eat it if it's
Expired.
Then you get into the blue cheeses.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with stinky cheese.
Stinky cheese.
You just cut the mold off
Let's
and keep
go.
eating it.
What color is that blue cheese, by the way? It's white.
Oh, dear.
Oh God.
You had to go there.
It's problematic. Although I've been getting into some Colby Jack lately, and let me tell you,
Yes.
I'm on a Colby Jack kick right now, and it's doing me just right.
Well, Monterey Jack cheese and Colby cheese, which are actually two separate cheeses, if you didn't know, that combination. Yeah. Put it on a sandwich. Put it on nachos. Yeah. All good.
A monster truck event in Bremerton, Washington took a dangerous turn when a tire broke loose and flew into the parking lot. Dude, you have to see this video. Have you seen it yet?
No, I have
you
not.
Look it up. Bremerton, Washington monster truck tire. And that should pop right up.
I'll tell you what. Let me just say, any tire coming off is terrifying, yet alone a monster truck tire.
Yes, it's a huge freaking tire.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that thing. How do you describe what you're
Dude,
seeing?
you are so lucky that went. And by the way, the crowd loves it. The crowd's losing their ass.
Meanwhile, someone out in the parking lot's getting squished.
The saving grace is there's no stand. It's like, so think of a football field. It goes through the end zone and they have no stands behind that. They're only on the side. Had that been in the stands, dude, there's like 10 people that are dead. Because I'm looking at the aftermath, dude, it like crushed like 10 cars. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's nuts. How fast do you think that thing's going?
Well, I'm guessing that monster truck's probably going, what, 40?
No, the tire.
40? No, but I'm saying the truck, when it came off, it's going the same speed as the car. So I'm guessing those things go, I don't know, do those things get up to like 30, 40, 50 miles an hour?
Well, did it get extra power when it launched?
Dude, that thing is terrifying.
Wild.
Did you see the aftermath of the car?
Yeah,
hit?
it's crazy.
The car's gone. And those monster truck tires weigh hundreds of pounds.
This says, as one truck landed after an impressive aerial maneuver, a massive wheel detached and soared over the venue's wall. No injuries were reported. So lucky, by the way.
Jeez.
And the tire struck several trees, damaged at least one parked car, as shown in a photo shared on Facebook. Event organizers later issued a statement acknowledging the incident, confirming that multiple vehicles were affected. They emphasized their commitment to safety, stating, "We will always do everything we can to help further the safety of this great sport."
Wait, that looks a hell of a lot more than one car. There's like a row of cars. I guess it said at least one car. And can we talk about Thunderbird Stadium?
What do you mean?
This is where this went down at a place in Bremerton called Thunderbird Stadium.
Yeah.
What sort of ghetto-ass, janky stadium is that? Oh, my gosh.
You ever been to Bremerton?
No, that's... Let me just say right now, in my humble opinion, the idea that Thunderbird Stadium is committed to, quote, safety, wrong. They're just lucky that there was no one sitting over there. There's no barrier there. It's like an old wooden wall that looks to be about 4 feet high.
Yeah, it's like a fairground stadium.
That's doing a disservice to fairgrounds. Dude, that thing is rough.
What is safety considered? Like we've got a booth with Band-Aids down at the end of.
I just think when something like that happens, the powers that be have to say that.
That stadium looks like if you took me and 3 of my friends and you're like, hey, we'll give you guys a case of some banquets if you want to go and build us a barrier at our Monster Truck Stadium. I'm like, cool. I'll head down to Sherway, get some fencing. I'll throw that bitch up for you. Give me half a day. That's the equivalent of what they've built out there. They're so lucky because the monster truck is going to the side. That easily could have taken a hard right.
Yep.
And taken out an entire section of spectators.
Dude, we'd be talking about this so much differently.
They are so lucky. And I love that the crowd is losing it, thinking it's awesome. Does anyone realize how close you came to dying?
Well, but they also don't know what's happening out in the parking lot.
No.
You know, you see it fly out of the whole arena or whatever you call it. Like, aren't you like going?
No, I'm telling you, I'm looking at the crowd. That's the best thing to happen to Bremerton in years.
There goes my truck, but who cares?
The people love it. Woo!
America!
Rock, flag, and eagle. Fat, uneducated beer. America,
hey,
you know what? Those people in Bremerton.
Beer. Yeah, flags. Yeah, trucks, balls. Yeah.
Oh my God. Make it stop.
Go.
They bought their whole seat, but they only needed the edge.
That's right.
That's it.
That's exactly right.
Expired.
I would also like to point out that it does appear as this thing goes over, it appears that there is a ramp allowing the tire to exit the stadium. It looks like there is actually a slope where it was built for a tire to rocket fire out into the crowd. But safety first.
Coming up next, unhealthy noise levels in Portland.
This is right up your alley.
It sure is, fella. We'll get to that when we return here on In the News on 105.1 The Fan.
This is the Fan's window into sports. A view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you.
Yeah, that's Ichiro dissing the writer who
I thought, that didn't vote for him.
I
just thought that the speech was, I enjoyed it very much. First Japanese born player to enter the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, and well-deserved. Ichiro was the man.
The Window into Sports Report brought to you by Window Nation. 50% off all window styles and pay 0 interest for 5 years this month only. Free estimate at 866-90Nation or windownation.com.
The
plus side, that monster truck tire, it's now led me to want to be part of the Kitsap Stampede Club, which is the sign that the tire hurdled on its way out.
What does that mean?
Oh.
By the way, this is in the news July 28th,
Yeah,
2025.
I was watching the video, just kind of going frame by frame, and I was looking at all the advertisements, and I liked that it went right over a sign that said, Kitsap Stampede Club. I don't know what that is, but I want to be a part of the Kitsap Stampede Club.
Be careful.
That's true.
Let's take a look.
I don't know what the Stampede Club is, but
2-year membership costs you $375.
that seems like a good value. I have no problem with that. Do I get to Stampede? I mean, what do I do?
I don't know. Like it looks like they just.
Is that like their Elks Club? Hey, what do you guys want to do up in Bremerton? I'm gonna head over to the Stampede Club. Don't worry about what we're doing over there. Cool things.
I think it might be an actual play. Like it's the rodeo bar. The Stampede Club. I think.
All right.
I can't.
Hey, let's go. You know what you get at the Stampede Club? BEE.
Well, what even is a stampede?
I mean, that's a stampede. It's the horses. They do some
What does that
traveling.
mean? What is a stampede?
It's good times is what it means. That guy whose Kia Soul got crushed by that tire, which, by the way, weighs between 800 and 900 pounds, he's going to need the Stampede Club.
So is it like when you got the wild horses and they're all just running?
Yeah, that's
a stampede.
stampede.
But why do they call it a stampede when it's a rodeo?
Because
Like,
it's a stampede of good times.
is it a controlled stampede?
Nah, it's Thunderdome, man. At Thunderbird Stadium. You can't control the Stampede Club. It's just good times on a weekend.
I am confused by the Stampede Club.
BEE
by the way,
beer.
I have for you a follow-up. A primetime follow-up.
I love a good follow-up.
I know you do.
You want to know what happens at the Stampede Club?
You
This.
got rickrolled. No, I have cheese sources.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah,
Don't you? Yeah, you have a cheese guy.
I do.
Cheese.
Wait, like special cheese?
He's a cheese sommelier.
I have a friend. He's no longer that,
Yeah,
but
he
he at one time he was a cheese steward.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's a cheese man.
So you know the cheese counter where you go where there's all the cool, expensive cheeses and.
Yes. Can I also?
He ran that.
Can I also admit something? That counter intimidates me.
Oh, totally.
I'm a little.
Well, you don't really know. I mean, it's like
It scares
how do
me
you
a little
pick
bit.
a? I don't know. That's why you need a cheese guy. He's
just-
the one who tells you,
I'm
hey,
so
this cheese is better than
I'm
that
afraid
cheese.
that I get judged, and then like I don't know how much it's gonna cost. The cheese counter intimidates me. I'm scared.
So anyway, this is not from him. This is from another one of my cheese sources
Mm-hmm.
who tells me a fun fact that should be disseminated to Portland at this time and the surrounding areas here on the Fan Global Radio Network. White and yellow cheddar from Tillamook
Yeah.
are literally the exact same flavor.
What?
Yes,
Why is one what?
because the yellow one has food coloring. They're the exact same.
Huh? Why do they color it?
No idea.
Do we assume that like that's the color of cheese, and then people like, wow?
I think maybe
Is that reverse racism when it comes to cheese? We don't want the white cheese?
Do you think they color it because of old Velveeta and what it did to our brains?
Is that
we
what-
we just thought that cheese had to be that color?
Boy, so is all
true.
Is all now cheese the colored?
I don't know. This just says Tillamook. The main difference between Tillamook white and yellow cheddar is the addition of annatto, a natural food coloring, to the yellow cheddar.
Huh?
They
So
share the same base ingredients.
So now I got questions. Are all cheeses now white and we just dye them? Have I been lied to by Big Cheese?
Look, the questions you raise are good ones, and
'Cause-
I don't have all the answers.
Because milk is white. Milk is not. Oh my God.
But I think
what
you
if
need
all
to do
cheese
your
is
own
white?
research online,
So
like Aaron Rodgers.
This is different than like mozzarella cheese. He's talking about like the white cheddar, right? And the yellow cheddar. I don't.
Well, how do you know it's a he? You
or
sexist
she.
pig.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's go they. How about that?
White and yellow cheddar are the exact same. This is Tillamook. The only difference is food coloring.
Man,
I mean-
I don't like this at all.
I've never
My
bought
whole
medium
cheese-
white cheddar.
My whole cheese world has been torn asunder. It's like finding out that Fruit Loops are all the same flavor.
So hold on.
They probably are.
I'm assuming he's saying this because Suk was talking about loving the white cheddar, and I loved the sharp, and I loved talking about how much I loved the regular orange or yellow sharp cheddar. You're telling me that both sharp cheddars are the same damn taste? I don't buy that. I feel crazy right now.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you right now. You want?
Sorry, guys.
It is true. Yes.
Okay.
Cheddar cheese is white.
I told you
No,
that.
it's not just Tillamook. All cheddar.
Yeah.
It's all white.
And it makes me sad.
What in the hell?
How about that?
Cheddar cheese is white?
Extra sharp.
Here I am thinking
You
I'm
should like that.
Then why do they sell it in two different damn
I just have
colors?
always preferred the whites.
Well, you know, I go white. Man, today has been one between monster trucks and now this and Stampede clubs. This has been an emotional day for me.
My source is also in telling me that it's for aesthetics.
So the white is not attractive.
I don't know. I just think some people think that cheese needs to be that color.
I will say that I do think, like in commercials, we want the yellow melted cheese. It's the traditional. When we think of cheese, we think of yellow cheese.
We do, yeah. And that's why I said I think Velveeta ruined it for everyone.
Freaking Velveeta.
Hold on, I'm looking at these damn labels, and it says Tillamook's extra sharp white cheddar is aged over 2 years, while the extra sharp cheddar, just the yellow stuff, is aged over 15 months. It's not the same.
That's extra sharp.
I don't
they're
see
different.
a sold just regular yellow cheese and a regular
you
white
think I'm
cheese.
thrown off by this? Schultze is that
He might have to go home.
We're all struggling to process this right now.
That's why I was asking about if it's mozzarella or not. This makes no sense to me.
No.
Someone said, didn't you ever pay attention at the factory tour? No, I didn't.
Oh, hell no. I
kidding
just
me?
wanted to get to the end to get the cheese curds.
Yes.
Usually I was laughing at the guys that were on the product line falling asleep. That happened while I was there.
Yeah, dude, I just get me to the end where I can get the beef jerky or the pepperoni sticks and the free cheese. I got no time for what else is happening there.
Is the Tillamook cheese factory a little overrated?
Yeah, but the end is good. And what else are you doing? It's
I know.
What else is in Tillamook?
It's a nice little diversion on your way to the coast.
It's like when you buy saltwater taffy at the coast, you're just buying it because you're there. You go to Tillamook, you go to the factory, you get some pepperoni stick, you eat some white cheddar, which apparently is just cheddar, and you're like, oh, it's a fun day for the kids. Get an ice cream cone, and it's
Well, once
part of
every
the
7
experience.
years, probably a good time to go.
Yeah.
All right.
You blew my freaking mind today, Ron.
Not me. It's my cheese sources.
Wait till RFK bans now all our cheese is white.
Yeah, a netto or whatever it is.
Expired.
Netto was banned.
Hey, make cheese great again.
Well, I'll get to my unhealthy noise levels in Portland story tomorrow. It should be the lead story anyway.
Yeah.
It can't be buried this late in the news.
You do feel strongly about noise
I do.
ordinances.
Noise pollution is real, and it is unhealthy.
Old man Rob.
Yes, sir. We will get to that tomorrow. That's in the news, July 28, 2025, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Luka Doncic 2.0 enters the chat. We'll get to that. And was it the greatest offensive performance of all time on Friday night? Coming up on The Fan.
Team for by Hims and Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, the Seattle Mariners hanging 4 games back of the Astros in the AL West, also tied for the final wild card spot with another AL West rival, Texas. They get right back at it tonight against the Athletics in Sacramento. Luis Castillo, VJP Sears on the bump. First pitch at 7:05 on Root Sports. Over to college football, Colorado head football coach Dion Sanders holding a press conference with his medical team earlier today. They announced that he has undergone treatment for a cancerous tumor on his bladder, which resulted in Prime's bladder being completely removed, though now cancer-free following the treatment. On to football, ESPN's Dan Graziano reporting that the Browns are likely to trade one of the 4 quarterbacks on their roster, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel, before week 1 of the regular season. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Primetime with Isaac and Souk.
What do girls want anyway? Well, apparently not total losers. We're pretty good at basketball. Yeah, as long as we don't have to run or jump or dribble or nothing.
Isaac Robb.
Hey, you guys up for a little game?
Sure.
Well, let's make it interesting. Say $20.
How about 50?
You're on.
Jason Sukanik.
Dude, we don't have $50. We don't have 20.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
What the hell's up with that? We win, and they get the chicks. That sucks, dude.
105.1 and 1080.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's jobs. We gotta get jobs. Then we get the khakis. Then we get the chicks.
The Fan.
Come on, Rob! All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Monday. It's your sports bros here, as they call us. Rob, Isaac, Rob, that's me.
Sup?
So, Big Souk's right over there.
Right.
Oh, dude.
Local radio funny man, Big Souk.
Podcast stuff guy.
Big Souk. And we've got Schulte over there.
Real life tough guy.
Yeah, he's in for Buck today.
Hey, guys.
Schulte may have to take 10 in order to wrap his head around this big cheddar news that has been dropped.
This cheese thing is...
The cheese bomb today has stolen the show.
We're all working through it.
And let me tell you, the person who dropped that bomb, my cheese source, is very proud of that.
That he's derailed this program. Well, he derailed in the news. I mean, she.
God, you guys are sexist. It's unbelievable.
I thought you're... Well, I guess this isn't you.
I told you.
I know.
Do you listen to anything I say?
I do, but I'm used to your cheese person being the cheese guy.
My cheese guy is no longer in the cheese business.
I understand.
This cheese source is female, and you two act as if a female cannot disseminate such amazing information.
When I hear, I'm used to your cheese guy being the cheese guy.
He's no longer a cheese guy.
Yeah, didn't you lead it off with saying my cheese guy?
No, God, my God, please try to pay attention to me when I speak.
No one can focus with it.
Good Lord.
We're dealing with a lot of stuff right now.
You guys are...
Dion's got a fake bladder. We're dealing with cheese stuff. The Cowboys keep losing players. All hell's breaking loose.
Yeah, we will get to Dion. Big ups to Prime today. We've got some audio. You'll hear what he had to say. He does not have a bladder. Or he does, but he doesn't have his original bladder.
It's fake bladder. A neo bladder.
Yeah. So we'll get to that this hour. Coming up tonight in the club, a couple of viral video moments. One involving our fearless leader, and the other, what do you do if a man was shouting this on your flight?
Yeah, you should never be shouting anything on a flight. Let me just state that for a record.
That's
true. Not a place to be
shouting anything. But
no.
What if he's shouting this? And yes, he.
Also, is there airplane emergency slide etiquette? We will get to that.
Oh, I saw this
coming up tonight.
People are
yes,
fun
there is
in our club hour. But I mentioned Luka Doncic 2.0 entering the chat. That is exactly
skinny Luka.
What they're that's exactly what the kind of like the sub headline is on the menshealth.com article on him. So he was in Men's Health this month, and boy, I tell you, if you have not seen sexy Luka, Google what Luka Doncic looks like now.
Yeah, looks great. Now to be fair, you got to realize it is Men's Health, so you know they're going to touch up those photos.
They do look doctored,
but
some of them.
But he does look like a different person.
Well, the sports superstar dad bod,
Yeah.
it is a thing. I mean, we've talked about it before, but
Absolutely.
Pat Mahomes and
Mhm.
Jokic, and of course Luka, but no more with Luka. Apparently, he is in Croatia. He is doing 2-a-day workouts. He's eating a gluten-free, low-sugar diet. He is intermittently fasting. He's actually learning how to be a professional, which should take him to the next level. You know, he was 18. We talked about this on Stockwatch, but he was 18 when he came into the NBA.
Mhm.
And he admits that he did not handle NBA life that well. He partied. He did not eat well on the road. He had a hard time with the schedule. So he hired Team Luka to improve his health and body.
Mhm.
And he did this in 2023. This was when he was in Dallas. But they went to the finals, and then he had to go play for Team Slovenia, and then he had the season. So his plan kind of got derailed. They couldn't do exactly everything that they wanted. This season, his early exit from the playoffs allowed him 3 months to get right. He didn't pick up a basketball for a month. He was against that, but that's what his team told him to do. And now he's training differently. He's dieting differently. He's fasting. He's working different muscles. And they think he has improved. They think they've improved his vert. They think he's going to be far more explosive. They've improved his body control, which he already had which he was already amazing at. And they think he's improved his balance.
Well,
all better.
Think about this. My man is 26. He was, again, drinking, not take care of himself. Fat's maybe a strong term.
Well, he probably still drinks.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey. But he is a 5-time All-NBA first-team player and averaged 28, 8, and 7, not being in good shape.
I know.
So
It's amazing.
You start to think about what a dedicated and professional and a LeBron James-esque approach, maybe even some of that LeBron special Miami sauce. Look out. This could be this could be rarefied air.
Well,
that
I'm
he's
guessing
entering.
Dallas is pissed.
Yeah.
You know, because this is part of why they traded him.
Yes.
They were like, dude, this guy never works out. Yeah. And now he's doing it, and he looks like that. It's like, well,
but this happens quite a bit. It's kind of shocking because we all assume that when you're an elite level athlete that you have this commitment to the game and that you work out, you take care of yourself, and it's just not the case. There's a lot of athletes that, and let's also not act like Luka didn't care or that Luka was in. You can't play 35 to 38 minutes a night and be in bad shape. You're just not in the shape that you could be. And so we just assume that everyone takes care of their body and puts all this money into it, like you see with kind of the freaks of the world. And if you're around any league enough, you know that it's just not the case. It takes a lot of dedication. And, you know, the dad bod thing, yeah, not everyone is going to be shredded and ripped, but a lot of times the dad bod thing is a thing because no one wants to do the Tom Brady approach. Like every athlete has the money and has the time and the ability to put this plan into place. They just don't want to because it's kind of a boring and a crappy life.
Yeah, so they're now saying he's expected to grow Team Luka, which is already 3 people, and this is outside of the Lakers.
Yeah.
He wants to add a specialized shooting coach. He doesn't have one. And he wants to add a masseur.
Yeah.
And that will take Team Luka to 5.
Yeah, like Emmitt Smith always talked about this, that early on in Emmitt's career, when he was great, that he didn't take a great approach, and he learned how to take care of his body and ended up being the all-time leading rusher. When I was in Denver for my brief little moment, this was kind of at the inception of guys doing this. Shannon Sharp and Bill Romanowski were on that team, and those are 2 of the first guys. And I know you're going to say, you know, what Bill was doing, and I get it. Bill was on probably a lot of different chemicals, but those guys took care of themselves like you wouldn't believe. I never saw Shannon Sharp eat a meal at the facility that he didn't bring. Because when you prepare meals there, I mean, they have everything. They would have chicken breast, but they would also have chicken strips. They would have fried chicken. They would have bacon. I mean, all of this stuff. And Shannon Sharp would come in with he had like a big cooler and everything was pre-made, and same thing with Bill Romanowski. And then they had a big jar of vitamins and pills that they would take like every couple hours. And a lot of guys in the locker room thought that they were kind of weirdos. And then more and more guys started kind of adopting that, because when you look at those two guys that played forever and you look at the shape they were in, they were like, well, I want to do that. And then they're like, hey man, it's expensive and it's time consuming. And the ones that are willing to do it, you get a lot out of it.
Well, we'll see if he can. I mean, he is even quoted. If you read, it's a good read, the Men's Health article on Doncic. You can see the photos in there, but he even says, he's like, dude, I've just started this. He goes, I have to keep this up. He goes, this doesn't mean a thing if I don't stay at it, which leads me to believe he knows that he may not be totally sure if he can.
Yeah. Are you wired that way?
Yeah. And he may not be.
Yeah. But maybe you can find a happy medium. The other one,
but he's got the team leading him.
Yes.
So that'll help.
And the other thing that people need to realize is the ripped athlete isn't always the best conditioned athlete. There's a whole thing, we talked about this a couple years ago, but it's like a muscle mass index, and the NFL and some other leagues are starting to adopt this thing where they basically take a scan of your body, including your bone and your bone density, and you kind of figure out how much muscle you can actually carry. And if you're more than that, it actually is a deterrent to you. You see this a lot in fighting. If you look at some of the best boxers and UFC fighters, they are not the dudes that look like bodybuilders. John Jones is the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, and you would never confuse John Jones with someone that looks like this scary bodybuilding type. And the idea is the more muscle you have to carry, your body has to supply all that oxygen to it. Like, it takes a lot to fuel that. And the bigger, and this is the Tom Brady thing, the more muscle you carry, the more prone that muscle is to get hurt. And your body has to be weighed down with that. And you don't necessarily have the best gas tank. So there is an idea that sometimes you can actually be too muscled. And so we look at someone that may not be the Dwight Howard shredded guy, and we're like, well, that guy doesn't look like he's in great shape. He may be in phenomenal shape. He just isn't carrying a ton of extra muscle and on that program. Zach Randolph is a great example. Zach Randolph, by all accounts, was in really, really good shape. He just didn't have Tim Duncan is another one. Tim Duncan was never a shredded guy. Tim Duncan was in phenomenal shape. He just wasn't that, that absolute shredded beast that we see. So, sometimes looks can be a little deceiving.
Well, he says he's more rested. His sleep is great.
Yeah.
And obviously his body has never looked better.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can keep it going. I have one other question about this as it pertains to the superstar dad bod. We will get to that next. And was it the greatest offensive performance of all time on Friday night? You have got Isaac and Suk on 105.1 The Fan.
Dirt and Expired with Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Here he is, having the time of his life.
We were talking about Luka. Right on cue, the old fella gets all ripped. He's hot Luka now. He's like the scorned lover.
He's on Whore Island.
After
or Love Island, excuse me.
Whoa.
What? Should I dump that?
No.
Nah.
Dude,
Expired.
The BTJ is obsessed with that show, and I refuse to call it anything but Whore Island.
Well, I've been watching F-Boy Island and F-Girl Island as well.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Basically.
That's a thing?
Yes, you come on as either a nice girl or an F girl.
Oh.
And then the guys decide, they whittle you down, and then at the end, you either pick a nice girl and get to keep the cash, or you pick an F girl and they get to decide if they want to give you half the cash and split it or not. So it's, yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm intrigued.
It's pretty. My wife and I got into it, and then that also spurred our attention to another one called Naked Attraction. It's on HBO Max.
Oh,
Go
yeah, I
watch
love
it.
that. Yeah, yeah, we watched that.
Yeah,
What's
it's
that?
amazing.
That's the naked dating show. We've talked about it.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah, it's the British show.
Yeah, where they reveal body parts before you see their face.
Yeah.
Make a decision based on dong.
Yeah, that's an interesting. It actually is kind of an interesting
Yeah,
show.
absolutely.
It is.
Okay. Well,
Focus.
yeah, Luka. So it's in Men's Health. You can check it out if you have actual magazines, which I mean I don't know that people do,
just
but you can
go
go
online.
to menshealth.com and see Luka Doncic 2.0. He looks great. My question, as we wrap up this discussion about him, because we were talking about the sports superstar dad bods, in basketball, it would seem that this should make Luka better, right?
Yes.
Just the nature of the sport.
You're in better shape, yes.
But do you think if Patrick Mahomes did this, is he better?
Probably not.
Because is that just the nature of football?
It's the nature. Well, it's the nature of his position. He doesn't need to be
Right.
He just doesn't.
I mean, he's
need,
already the best quarterback in the game.
Yes,
It's like,
and he doesn't really need to be in phenomenal shape. Football is played in 6-second increments, and he's a wiry guy. He already scrambles. I just don't think there's a lot to that. It's the one position in football where you don't really need to be in great shape. Joe Montana, not a great athlete. Tom Brady, not a great athlete. Patrick Mahomes, not a great athlete.
but Brady was in great shape, though.
He was in great shape, but he just wasn't. Yeah, although
There's a difference.
early Tom Brady was not. You don't have to be Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen to be a elite quarterback. And as long as Mahomes is putting in his work in his body and he still has the arm strength, the durability to go through that, I think that he's got a little tummy probably doesn't really affect him.
Yeah, now that you mentioned Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, are they really ripped?
Lamar is, and Josh Allen's pretty put together.
Like, who's the most ripped quarterback? Mike Vick was.
Vick was ridiculous. Jalen Hurts is pretty put together. Lamar's put together. Well, actually, it'd probably be Will Levis, but he sucks. he's all jacked. He's super freaky jacked.
Doesn't mean a thing.
No, Herbert's in really good shape. He put on some weight and looks really good. So it depends. But guys like Joe Burrow's not in, and wouldn't be considered in like elite shape. Roethlisberger was always in terrible shape, and Roethlisberger was great.
Yeah, but with quarterbacks, it just seems like they just kind of want to bulk them up. You don't need to be ripped.
No,
we just want you big.
Yes,
we want you.
You need to
put some pounds on you, and
you need to
handle
be
the hits.
Durable. And there is an idea that at quarterback you don't want to be muscle bound. That leads to more injuries and
well, that's what Brady. That's exactly what Brady always talked about.
Always,
right?
Yes,
he was talking about being more plyometrically flexible. I don't know, is that a term?
Yeah, and
as opposed to just ripped and slinging. Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah,
with their motion, you know.
Cam Newton, when he played, was an absolute physical freak. Was in really, really good shape. But I would say most quarterbacks don't fall into, like, they wouldn't be the athlete that would have their shirt off first in an NFL locker.
So it's like Jokic. If Jokic did what Doncic is doing, he'd be that much better.
Well, he kind of did. I mean, Jokic is
he lost some weight, but he's
in
not
the best
ripped.
shape of his career. But yeah, I think the idea is that Jokic probably has a body type that isn't ever going to be the really shredded in shape sort of guy.
Shaq never did this.
Shaq was he was a whole other animal.
But you just wonder in basketball if he had,
how
much better he could have been.
Yeah. When Shaq was cooking, Shaq was in ridiculous shape. He was probably only in that shape for maybe 3 or 4 years. Like if you look at Orlando Shaq, that looked like a different body type than Los Angeles Lakers Shaq. But yes, he would have benefited. And in Miami, he got skinny again. Shaq would have benefited from this. Yes. Had Shaq taken his conditioning the way Kobe Bryant did, we'd be talking about Shaq as probably the best center of all time.
All right, before we get to Prime, Coach Prime, and what happened with him, did you see A's rookie Nick Kurtz?
Oh, yeah.
On Friday night.
Quite possibly the greatest single game in Major League history.
Well, that was my question. Did we just witness the greatest offensive performance of all time? Because he went, if you didn't see it, he plays for the A's. He's a rookie. He went 6 for 6 with 4 home runs, 8 RBI, and 19 total bases in one game.
I don't know what could possibly be better
in Houston.
Has anyone hit 5?
No one's ever hit 5, but there have been people who have gotten 6 hits in a game. I don't know that
4 home runs?
I don't know that we have had a 6-hit, 4 home run performance ever.
I tend to find that hard to believe that someone has had a better game than 6 for 6, 4 home runs, 19 total bases.
That ties a major league record.
How many RBI you said?
8.
I'm guessing someone's had more than 8.
You know what's wild too is that he had a double and a single in addition to the 4 home runs. On the double, it was almost a home run.
Yeah, it came close. Look, I don't know who this guy is. As you mentioned, he's a rookie for the Sacramento A's, so whatever.
And this was in Houston.
That is...
Yeah, not Sacramento, not the minor league ballpark.
Someone saying Ohtani had 10 RBI with 3 home runs.
He did, yeah.
Did he go 6 for 6?
Did he have stolen bases in there too? I think he did.
I remember that game. That was just last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. That was a big one.
Oh. Forgotten about that.
And I will say that Kurtz home run, I think it was like a home run in either 5 or 6 other MLB parks, the one that was missed. So he could have had 5 if it were in one of those parks. Just nuts.
Yeah, so Shohei did go 6 for 6 in that game. 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 10 RBI, 2 steals.
There you go, man.
So which is better?
It's got to be 6 for 6, right? With 4 home.
Ohtani went 6 for 6.
Yeah, but he didn't have 4 home runs.
He had 3,
but he had 10 RBI.
More RBI.
That's not 4, and he damn near had 5. My A's guy.
He had more RBI and more stolen bases.
What? The eye of the beholder, kind of the situation here, right? Like, what do you value more? I'm not sure you can. Until we see a 5 home run game, you can't really quantify.
Well,
this.
Shohei's was in Miami against the Marlins.
Well,
so that kind of doesn't count.
Why?
Although, because they suck. But the Astros ballpark, I don't know if you saw Kurtz's home runs. A couple of those.
Yeah, they weren't
out to
bombs.
left there.
Yeah. It's a fan box over there.
Oh yeah. Well, but that center field, it used to be Tal's Hill out there. So the fact that he even almost got a 5th one that far out, it's like 410 straight to center.
How about this? So I looked up single greatest performances in baseball history. There was a guy named Ron Nietzsche.
Expired.
And he was 19 years old. Now, to be fair, it was in the minor leagues for the Twinkies. But 1952, he threw a perfect game.
Okay.
And he had 27 strikeouts.
Wow.
Yeah.
He struck out every hitter.
1952, it is believed to be the only 9-inning, 27 strikeout performance in professional history.
Oh, my God.
That is literally as good as you could do, right?
Yeah. Do you know how awesome that would be to be in attendance for?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just imagine the buildup. Like, okay, so he's first couple innings, he has struck out the side. Okay.
Yeah.
3rd inning, 4th inning, 5th. By the 6th inning, he has struck out every batter. Every single batter, you're like, oh my God, you struck out every batter. You know there's a hit coming, or he's not gonna walk a guy, or somebody's gonna fly out or something. Nope. 7th, 8th. Can you imagine
just keeps
the building of momentum towards that 9th inning? And then he fans all 3 in the 9th?
Yeah. So the only caveat.
Come on.
So they have that ranked as the second best because it was in the minor leagues.
I love sports.
So
okay, what
according
was the
to
best?
SI, they went Tom Chaney, who had 21 strikeouts.
Major League game?
For the Washington Senators in 1962.
Come on.
Look at you.
That's good, but the minor league guy was better.
Yeah, it's just minor
I don't
league.
care if it's in the minors.
Yeah.
He mowed down 27 of his peers. Dude, that's amazing.
So, and then, Mark Whitten had 12 RBI.
He had 4 home runs.
4 home runs and 12 RBI.
What did he how many hits? Did he just have 4? Like a loser?
Yeah, I think he just had the 4. Oh, no. Because there was 2 players that had 12, so it was confusing over who did what. But no, he went 6 for 6 as well.
Whoa, wait. So you're telling me Mark Whitten went 6 for 6 with 4 home runs and 12 RBI, and we're calling Nick Kurtz 6 for 6, 4 home runs, 8 RBI the best performance of all time?
It does, according to SI, it does look like that is a thing, and they're calling that the 3rd greatest single game performance of all time.
What?
Yeah, they have SI had the list of the greatest single games, and that was they have Witten's ranked as the 3rd best.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't go 6 for 6. He went 4 for 4.
What for? Then why does it say here?
I don't know.
6 for 6 on his big day.
Yeah. Yeah, he went 4 for 4.
SI's full of crap.
Yeah, you can never believe Sports Illustrated. You've never been able to believe them. Going all the way back to Rick Riley. It's fake news.
Fake news.
That's what it is.
That's disappointing.
Well, I don't know if Nick Kurtz's performance was the greatest of all time in one game, but it's damn close.
Yes.
And it happened on Friday. That's the beauty of baseball.
And he'll never do it again, but that's freaking awesome.
Well, he's awesome. Like he's a lefty rookie, big kid. Dude, he's got a bright future, but that's just a freak show of a game. And that's the beauty of baseball is that any given night you could just get something wild like that.
Yeah.
I just love that so much about baseball.
They always say you'll see something at the ballpark every time that you've never seen before.
I once watched Kevin Seitzer go 6 for 6 at Old Royal Stadium back in the day.
Yeah?
I was in attendance. It was amazing.
I'm trying to think of I saw a no-hitter go into the 9th. I'm trying to think if I've never seen like a 4 home run game. I've never seen a no-hitter. I watched the worst playoff game in the history of Major League Baseball. 18 innings.
Yeah, you did. That sucked even at home.
And you stayed for every bit.
I stayed for every bit of it, and that's probably the, I guess, quote, best thing or most unique thing I've ever watched. And let me tell you, it was miserable. And the Mariners freaking lost.
And if you're talking like 4 home run games, I wasn't present for this. It was in Chicago, but Mike Cameron, 0-2 for the Mariners. I'm pretty sure he hit like 4 homers in like half the game. He had a couple, they batted around, and he hit 2 solo shots in the first. And if I remember correctly, like by the 5th inning, he literally had 4 home runs. So they beat him like it was like 10 or 12 to something, but it was an unbelievable career day for Mike Cameron, and he had the chance twice to hit 5 homers. So.
By the way, I'm looking here.
Whatever.
Andre Dawson was
Expired.
walked intentionally 5 times in a game.
Well, who cares?
Well, they're listing the most unique things.
5 intentional walks?
Yes. Andre Dawson was walked intentionally 5 times in 1990.
Who was batting behind Andre Dawson?
Yeah, seriously.
The amount of disrespect that man received on that day.
5 times? And then Johnny Burnett of your Pittsburgh Pirates, he had 9 hits in a game.
What?
Yes. 9 of his 11 at-bats. It was an 18-inning game against the Philadelphia Athletics. And, he went 9 of 11 during an 18-inning game. And that would be a record, obviously.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's kind of fun.
All right, coming up next, big ups to Prime. You'll hear a little bit of what Coach Dion Sanders had to say about his tumultuous summer. Next, here is Schultz.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, news out of college football today. Colorado head coach Dion Sanders talking at a press conference alongside his medical team, announcing that he has undergone treatment for a cancerous tumor on his bladder. Actually ended up removing that completely, though now cancer-free following the treatment. Over in baseball, the Mariners 4 games back of the Houston Astros in the AL West. Hanging on to that wild card spot, though, Texas, with a good weekend, has now moved into a tie for that final third spot in the American League with Seattle. But they are right back at it tonight in Sacramento against the Athletics. Luis Castillo VJP Sears on the bump. First pitch at 7:05 on Root Sports. Cal Raleigh still leading the league in home runs at 41. A couple of NFL notes. ESPN's Dan Graziano reports the Browns likely to trade one of their 4 quarterbacks, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Shore Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel, before week 1 of the regular season. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles said today that 4th-round pick edge rusher David Walker out for the year after tearing his ACL during Friday's practice. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. It's time for Who's Leading the Charge, a look under the hood at the coaches, players, and teams getting it done. Brought to you by Battery Exchange.
And Langford, he hits it well, deep out to left center, and that one is down for a base hit. Smith is in, Simeon scores. Here comes Garcia, he'll play to run, and it's a bases clearing double for Langford.
Yeah, here come the stupid Rangers.
Yeah.
They've won.
Are they tied now with the Mariners for the...
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
The
last
final wild card?
yeah. And they're 4 back of the Stros.
Yeah.
In the West. It's getting wild.
I'm not worried about it. The Mets are in first place again, so how are the Royals doing?
Heating up. Oh, the Royals not good. Jerk. A Battery Exchange, reliable, affordable batteries for cars, boats, RVs, golf carts, and more online at batteryexchange.com, powered by Continental Battery Systems. Mention code BXT10 for 10% off.
Aloha, it's Marcus from the 808. Bro.
Why are you going there?
All right, now to Dion Sanders, who has had some health issues. We didn't really know what was going on with him, but there was some stuff out there that maybe it was his. He's got that footsie problem.
He had a couple toes amputated.
Yeah, and he's just they were just being very vague about his health issues this summer. But he finally came out today, and he was dressed in suspenders and a cowboy hat.
Boy,
Or I mean, not suspenders, but overalls.
Dude, I think this was one of the weirder press conferences I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's dressed really. I don't know, why is he dressed like that? Does he dress like that?
Well, he's got he wears the cowboy hat a lot.
I know, but he was in blue overalls.
I don't know, man. And I've never heard the term cured of cancer. The whole thing was just bizarre.
Yeah.
And then he dropped like an Instagram video where he talked about like putting out a will and kind of led you to believe that like horrible news was coming the day before. The whole thing was just bizarre, but this is look, nothing Dion does is not big and over the top and sensationalized, and this is no different. I've never seen a press conference quite like this.
Yeah, so I've got about 3 minutes of it. I'm gonna play it for you because he's getting a lot of praise today because he was very open and honest about the fact that he had bladder cancer.
Yeah,
and here is what about 3 minutes of that sounded like.
But this wasn't easy. Men, everybody, get checked out. Because if it wasn't for me getting tested for something else, they wouldn't have stumbled up on this. And make sure you go to get the right care, because without wonderful people like this, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today, because it grew so expeditiously, I could say. But please get yourself checked out, especially African-American men. We don't like going to the doctors. We don't like nothing to do with a doctor. You know that. So I'm not just talking to the brothers. I'm talking to my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, my Asian brothers, my everybody, and my sisters. And that's all, y'all. Get checked out, because it could have been a whole nother gathering if I had. I'm thankful. It's been a tremendous journey. It's been tough. I think I dropped 25 pounds. I was like a Atlanta Falcon prime at one point, and just dealing with the catheter, dealing with all the stuff that I had to deal with. And right now I'm still dealing with going to the bathroom. Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm gonna be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. And she not only is a blessing, but she provided other persons that have gone through what I've gone through so that I could talk to them and get some solace and understand like what I'm facing, not just from a doctor, but from another individual. And to have that been told, like, it's a totally different life. I mean, thank God. I depend on depend. You know, if you know what I mean. I cannot control my bladder. So I get up to go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night, but then I'm sitting up there, waking up, like my grandson. We in the same thing. We got the same problem right now. We going through the same trials and tribulations. We're trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real, it is real, it is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real, okay? I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the practice, you're gonna see one, because it is unbelievable. Like, dozing off and waking up, on first thing I'm grabbing my crotch to see if I peed on myself. And it's just totally different. And I know there's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on.
See, once again, he's impressed me. Like, he does this every now and then where he just Prime, for all of his bloviation, and you can roll your eyes at him a lot, he did not have to sit up there and admit all that.
No.
And I think it's great a man of his stature did, because men are, and he's as proud as a man as there is.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big ego right there.
Yep.
He could very easily be the quintessential tough guy man who won't admit that it's a problem and downplay it and not talk about getting checked out and having to wear Depends and can't control his pee. Like, dude, I got to give him a lot of credit for sitting up there and admitting all that. And I think that's great for other people to hear, especially as he mentioned, African-American men who don't like to go to the doctor, or any man who doesn't like to go to the doctor, which is a lot of them. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yet another Dion Sanders moment where I got to give him a lot of credit.
I just thought like it was weird, but anything involving Dion is usually big and strange and weird. And like I said, the weird Instagram post that he made before that, but then he was telling people that he was okay. And then, like I said, the doctor came out and said he was cured. This is what my dad died of. My dad died of bladder cancer a decade ago, and he had one of the neobladders as well. So I've experienced this in my family. And I just thought it was weird, like, again, to say cured. I mean, this is something that is going to be an ongoing battle. I mean, not remission, cured. He's not stepping down. He's going to keep coaching. It's just, it's interesting because most coaches, I mean, this is something that is usually, again, very private. So the fact that he, like you said, he came out and spoke so openly about it. And I said, it was unusual, but it was very brave, and we'll see where this goes. Cause he has had health problems, and I just, something tells me that this isn't the end of it. That's usually not the case with stuff like this.
Somebody texted earlier, they said, the guy has bladder removed. Like, how much longer is he going to coach?
And that's what I'm wondering.
He's not. How old is Dion?
He's probably what, 60, late 50s, 60s, something like that.
57.
And that's what I'm saying. So if this is a fairly recent thing, he's been battling this for a year. Again, having watched someone go through this, and it took his life about a year, less than a year after this surgery happened. To say that you're cured a few months after something like this is,
well, if you don't know, you didn't hear him there, but he had his doctor and his, I don't know who the other woman was. He had two women flanking him at the press conference. One of them was maybe one of them was the surgeon. The other one was his doctor. I don't know, but that's who he's referring to as who said that he was cured.
He was cured.
Expired.
This was I don't know. It was a strange wording, but I mean, hopefully everything's fine and that he's in great health, and he says he's going to continue to coach, and that, and I'll be interested. Dion never has a boring moment. How about that? Nothing he does.
Well, he's very dramatic.
He's very dramatic. And I guess that was my thing, is like, he does this a lot where he has these press conferences, and then if people, like, he opens the door for people to have conversations or speculate about it, and then he gets mad when people ask questions or speculate. Like, you took something very, very private. It's like the Kardashians. Like, if you make your whole life public, then don't be upset when people treat your private life as public. But you can't have it both ways. You can't have the big dramatic press conference and then not have this be part of the narrative. And maybe he won't, but he tends to do this where it kind of ends up being both ways.
So you're saying that he will now say, stop bringing that up.
Yeah.
Or like, that's not, or like, why do you want to talk about that?
I hope not.
Because he's the one that actually talked about it.
Yes. Normally I would say discussing someone's, cancer or bladder or all of that and all that goes along with that seems to be very off limits. And it's just, that's a private thing. But when you have a press conference and you're like, hey, this is it. And when recruits talk about it, when coaches talk about it, when sports radio talks about it, when people have these sorts of conversations, then I just hope it doesn't turn into the why are people talking about this. People are talking about it because you had a press conference. Again, I go back to, it was so weird. Why would you post a cryptic kind of doom and gloom, like, we have a medical press conference, and you're like, man, I had to fill out a will. And you make this weird kind of dark post that, like, oh my God, what's coming? Like, are you stepping down? Are you battling like a life-threatening thing? Do you, again, like all of this stuff, knowing that you were, quote, cured of cancer, and then you come out and you have a press conference, you're like, hey, everybody, I'm great. Like, that's a weird, for me, I found that to be weird. It was uplifting and awesome at the press conference. I find him fascinating and unconventional, but I find myself times scratching my head being like, why?
It's called sports.
Well, maybe he wanted to get people to tune in for it.
Yeah.
That's his idea. I can only imagine how fancy his porta potty's going to be, though.
I would assume.
You think that's going to be gold plated?
100%. That will
All
be
iced
that
out?
will be the world's nicest porta potty.
And does his what about road games? Does the equipment team at
the porta
Colorado
potty-
they
the
now
porta
have
potty
to
can-
transport a John?
Is he gonna have a big dumper on the side too, since he's doing that deal with Honey
What?
Bucket? Cal Raleigh.
Oh yeah, the Cal put a Cal Raleigh porta potty out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
What if the road team just doesn't put one out there?
I think
They screw him
I think
over.
Colorado will bring their own.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like be all iced out.
Yeah, like in the blue tent, it's just or again,
Blue tent's not iced out. I want a gold plated, iced out, kick ass, throne like porta potty.
Well, or
I
maybe-
expect nothing less from
and maybe he
Prime.
does it. Maybe again, it's just a matter of you wear Depends and you deal with it when you're in the locker room.
Well, he said you're gonna see a porta potty.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna. I mean, he said it.
Yeah.
So
I hope it's not a porta potty. I hope it's one of those fancy full bathroom trailers. It's Prime. It's not gonna be a porta
roll
potty.
out a trailer for him.
Yes.
As it is, there is not another
Bunch of honeys in there.
there is not another sports figure that's anything like Dion Sanders. He is one of one. Remember, he took a Colorado team. And look, Colorado's not great, and they weren't great, and they probably won't be great under him, right? Like his biggest accomplishment is they almost won the Alamo Bowl. And they had the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Or no, Hunter wasn't the number 1 pick, was he? No, I don't think he was.
Number 2 to Jacksonville.
Number 2 to Jacksonville. But he made a Colorado team that was beyond irrelevant. They played a meaningless game against Colorado State, and 7 million people tuned into it. It was one of the highest rated regular season games of ESPN in 15 years. That is the Dion effect. There is no one. He is a force multiplier. There is no one in the world of college football that moves the needle like Dion Sanders. Love him, hate him. He is fascinating, and people will tune in. And he just had probably the most watched press conference in years, and it was over his bladder. It's just such so people think Bill Belichick's coming into college football, and they're putting a lot of North Carolina's games on prime time, even though North Carolina's not supposed to be very good and no one knows who the hell any of their players are. And there's this idea that people are going to tune in the way they did for prime. They will not. Bill Belichick will. If North Carolina is playing a non-power 4, if North Carolina is playing Tulane, I promise you 7 million people are not tuning in for it. But when Coach Prime is coaching against Colorado State, 7 million people are tuning in. He is just...
Yeah, we can't lose him. Look, I get he's polarizing.
He needs to be here.
Yeah, we need Prime. We can't lose Prime.
Yes. But
yeah,
you got to admit, the bait and switch thing is a little weird.
Yeah, again, I think he was just trying to get people to tune in. He is a show. He's dramatic, and that's just what he does.
Clicks and views.
But I think that I just don't think this would be a day to criticize him.
No,
I think that a man sitting up there, a man of his stature,
being
sitting
as
up
open.
there, being so open about bladder cancer, I think is very helpful for a lot of people, and I think it's great that he chose to do it.
It's an unbelievable message, and it's extremely brave that he's just out there and be like, "Hey, man, this is what I'm dealing with," and that's why I said he is one of one.
All right, we got to go because, the club, we're eating into club time. We're break behind. We can't have that. What is going on? We'll be right back on 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
Kind of the way our bye weeks have fallen. This next year, it's a little bit different than last year where they're so spread out. It's almost like you have individual seasons there where you can kind of prepare for what's new with each opponent. But some new venues that we're going to be traveling to, whether it's traveling to Rutgers or Iowa or Penn State, some Northwestern, those will all be new for us. So those will be new experiences that I'm excited for our guys to be able to handle and attack.
You know who that is?
Oh yeah,
that's Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning, playing for wins over there. And yeah, there are going to be some fun road games. They say Northwestern has some of the nicest football facilities and stadium in the country, and then of course the whiteout at Penn State is going to be bananas.
What?
Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
Finding great candidates
This is Primetime with Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Oh, we're way over, so we've got to go. Give him something, Suk. Local radio funny man, give him something.
Old gray mare, she ate what she used to be. How far are we over?
A lot.
I do know that. Oh,
we have to get to the club.
Lord.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
my fault.
We got to talk about Prime. It is Schultz's fault.
Always.
Unbelievable. Again,
if Buck were here, it would only be 5:59.
When you start talking about Prime, you're just going to keep talking because it's Coach Prime.
That's right. Well, we have nothing for you here.
Did you get your Coach Prime glasses? Weren't you going to order a pair?
No, I can't rock those, dude.
I thought you were going blenders.
I do like blenders, but no, I'm not.
Yeah. What about the overalls?
Now, if he were the coach at Kansas,
would you?
My school,
Yeah.
then I'd probably just try to rock him.
Okay.
But he's at Colorado. I can't.
You'd get a Kansas Cowboy hat if he was at Kansas, wouldn't you?
Dude, I want to see you in some Dion overalls.
Yeah, I mean,
big old Jayhawks logo on the
you're
front.
a Kansas boy,
Yeah, we've got overalls out there. We're used to that. I had some as a kid.
Do you have a photo of you in overalls somewhere?
Baling hay.
Dude, I'd like to see that.
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Rob shirtless in some. If we ever did a fan calendar, I want to see you shirtless in some overalls.
My little Huck Finn outfit.
Yeah, be good. Rolled up,
Going down to the river catching crawdads. On my Huffy.
Good times. Oh, yeah. The Huffy. Do they still make Huffies?
I think so.
I don't know.
I had a Schwinn.
Yeah, fancy, huh?
The Schwinn. Well, it's how we do it up in
Life's
Alaska.
good in Lake Oswego.
They do still make Huffies, yes.
That was Anchorage.
All right, we've got viral videos to talk about. We've got emergency slide etiquette on airplanes. We've got streaming surges. I've got rumors about a band you love dearly. I mean, I don't know how much we're going to get to, but boy, the club's packed tonight.
Can't wait.
That's coming up next here on The Fan.
Actual Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan. In baseball, the Mariners are back in action tonight after splitting a series over the weekend with the Angels. They're 4 games back of the Astros in the AL West and also tied for the final wild card spot in the American League with another AL West rival, the Texas Rangers. But Luis Castillo hopefully can get things right for the Mariners. He's facing J.P. Sears on the bump. First pitch at 7:05 on Root Sports. Cal Raleigh still the overall league leader in home runs at 41. On to college football. Colorado head coach Dion Sanders held a press conference earlier today alongside his medical team announcing he has undergone treatment for it was a cancerous tumor on his bladder, and it actually was removed completely, resulted in the cancer being removed as well, according to his medical team following that treatment. And on to the pro ranks, ESPN's Dan Graziano reporting the Browns likely to trade one of either Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel before week 1 of the regular season. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The following program may not be suitable for children.
Hold on to your butts.
As the sun sets over Slabtown, in the shadows of the Fremont Bridge, a club comes to life where you can let your freak flag fly.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak, full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
The only thing that's off limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that? We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no.
Well, my.
Germany's a great city.
What is the freaking Texans doing?
Quite many days.
It's insane. He did it. He did a lot of dirt.
I do know that.
The era has become.
I digged a little bit.
Expired.
Okay, we apologize.
It's time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080. The Fan. Hoo-wee.
Yeah, we got a new drop from Ichiro today. Thank you, Ichi.
Expired.
I just like how he says that.
Yeah.
Expired.
It's fun.
Like a vampire. It's like who's the Monster Mash guy? It's got a little Monster Mash.
Does
to
have
it.
a little Monster Mash in it.
Expired.
The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard. Oh wait, now you got me. Well, the whole Huffy bike thing, and I couldn't remember what it was, but like when I was a kid and I learned how to ride a bike in Alaska, I'd go up there in the summer, and I was trying to remember what it was.
They have bikes up there?
They had bikes up there. You know, we just have.
How do you ride on the ice?
Dog sleds. Well, we get out of our igloo, and then they got skis on the bottom. And I had to look it up because that was like when the movie Rad came out, and I was like, what was my stepbrother Byron? He got a mongoose. He got the mongoose bike from Rad, and it was bright orange. I've never been more jealous of anything in my entire life, because I had a crappy Schwinn, which was totally lame. But man, I will never forget going up there and just seeing that orange bike. And in that moment, I'm fairly certain I would have murdered him if it meant I could have had his bike. And then it had the pegs on it, so you could ride. You could stand on the back of it, and I wanted to ride that bike so very much.
This means he had hero parents.
Well, he had my dad as a stepdad, and then he had his mom.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my stepbrother.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That always confuses me.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of dumb.
I did not have the orange mongoose.
Still, I mean, do you remember that when, a kid in your class got something that you wanted? It was like it's like freaking Christmas Story, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, wow, to the other kids in the class, the parents just go up 50 notches. They're just like, oh my God, Johnny's got the coolest parent. They gave him that? But it teaches us peasants.
Yes.
Teaches us grit.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get that.
No.
You got to get that. You got to strive for that. And your parents aren't as cool.
I think Byron may have had a I think he got a paper route and may have at least helped pay for that bicycle. But because I didn't live up there, I would just come and spend the summer. So I was riding around like on a primer metal, just piece of crap generic Schwinn like bike, and I was happy to have a bike. But when I'm like riding next to him, I've never felt more inadequate in my life. Like, hey man, let's ride down to the park, because we had to go down and like bow up against Bunky and Jed. That was like our rivals on the other side of the creek, Campbell Creek over at Wickersham Park. And Byron's rolling up there on his sweet orange mongoose, and then here's fat little me on my basic ass Schwinn. I'm like, oh man, it's like, what am I doing? Like, I can't be effective in this rivalry, not on this piece of crap. I think the three things you made me think about that, like when you were jealous. The three things that came to mind that I remember being a kid and wanting and was so jealous: one, that damn mongoose bicycle; two, I wanted an 8-ball leather jacket so bad.
You got one though.
Like, no, I got it one as a gag gift when I was like 30.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, like
I thought you said you got one.
No. When I was like in the 7th grade, I wanted an 8-ball leather jacket so bad, and then I wanted one of the fancy like ceramic Little League bats. I always wanted to have like my own bat. I did not get my own bat. I got to play with whatever janky Easton B-52 bomber bat that came with the Little League, like the coach would show up. I always wanted Adam Stokey, you son of a bitch. He always had a
cool
brand.
Parents.
Yeah, he
cool
always had
parents.
the nice bat.
You know what though?
And we weren't allowed to use the nice bat.
And that's bullshit. I mean, it is. Come on, share the bats.
No,
what do you
we
think we're gonna do? Break it?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Actually, those nice bats are not cheap.
Yeah.
I remember saving.
I don't know. I think that's weak. Dude, you buy your kid a really nice bat, and then nobody else on the team can use it?
No, it had its own.
That's bad for team chemistry.
It had like its own little bat sleeve, like it was away from everyone.
I spent.
Screw you, Adam.
Hey, I saved. You're talking about the other end of the spectrum. I saved $250 working at like a crappy party store job to get a bat for baseball.
You got the nice bat?
Yeah, and I did not let anybody. I think I let one person use it one time. Because I'm not letting you chip this S up.
See, I don't
Come
like
on.
that. I don't like that. I don't listen. If I'm the coach, I don't want special bat kid. Special bat kid, you go to the other team. We're the bad news bears over here.
Guess what?
It ain't about the bats over here.
Guess whose dad was our coach? Adam Stokey.
Yeah, exactly.
His dad was the coach.
Exactly. And guess what? Your team probably sucked, except for Adam.
Yeah, Adam was really good.
So you're gonna make me
He's
use
like our best player.
the crappy $20 Easton? No.
That's right. On my team, I am.
Yeah.
You know what? Schulte, it teaches you grit.
Oh,
Teamwork.
I'm pretty sure I've learned that over the years.
We're
but
all
okay.
in this together.
I just remember
we don't need fancy bats.
I remember showing up every day to the first, like, because we played on the same Little League team for years. And I just remember showing up every year and watching him pull out that bat and be like, man.
Sexy.
And then, like, going home and, like, be like, hey, Dad. And then my dad looking at me and be like, yeah, nice try. Yeah, we'll go down to the garage sale and you can pick out one over here.
You don't need that bat.
No,
Okay, you
believe
don't.
me, I sucked
But
regardless
listen.
of whether I had that bat. But I'm telling you, those are the three things that I can
Yeah,
remember
but
as a kid. I wanted so bad.
But there's always one of those, like, or I'm sure everybody can name a couple of things that they really, really, really wanted more than anything else as a kid, right?
Yeah.
But some of those you just don't need and you're not going to get.
No.
And you kind of know deep down you're not going to get them.
Yeah.
But every once in a while when you do get them,
sure,
it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Like for me, that one was a puppy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I kept asking, and I just thought my parents, there's no way they're gonna get me a puppy. And one Christmas there was a little puppy down, a little black lab puppy down in the laundry room, and I almost cried. I was like so happy.
And
But what I'm saying is, I think there are other things that as a parent, see, it's so weird because some of those things you don't need, and you're just I'm not gonna spoil you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Other things, if you didn't get those, you're kind of like you're leaving your kid out to lunch.
Yeah.
Like you're like everybody has that. Like Nintendo is another one that I thought of.
Yeah.
It's like you ask for a Nintendo, but that's one that I feel like I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Because
you need it.
You kind of need it.
Otherwise, you're a loser.
This is what everyone does. I play with my friends. It's like the phone thing.
Yeah.
It's like I totally see both sides of the phone. Get your kids a phone thing. Like you don't want to get them too young.
Yeah.
But at some point, stop being an a-hole. Get your kid a phone because that's how they communicate with their friends.
And you don't want him to be a weirdo. Mine was when my kids were little, and like shoes. I never wanted to be the kid with the Pro Wing like Payless shoes. That kid was made fun of, and so even before my kids knew that like that was something you were going to get mocked, I made sure my kids had nice shoes. I did, because I remember, like, I had the fake Adidas, and we weren't poor. We were very middle class, and my parents, they were fine.
Stuff wasn't cheap, though.
But I remember getting the fake Adidas with 4 stripes. Do you remember those?
Yes.
If you went to Payless, they were called Pro Wings, and they looked like Adidas superstars.
Pretty sure they had them at Big 5 too.
But they had 4 stripes, not 3. And I took a black magic marker, and I colored in.
Good for you.
I colored in the 4th stripe. So I was like, no one will be able to tell.
Hey, man.
They look like 3 stripes until someone was like, dude, the hell you doing, man? And I remember like going to my mom and being like, Ma, can I? And my mom, once she realized, she was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, I didn't realize. Then I got to go get like real Nikes or Adidas. But like, those are like traumatic moments. And I never got the mongoose. I never got the ceramic bat. But I never had to get the generic shoes.
This is what I'm talking about. That built grit. Yeah. That's part of the grit that I'm talking about. You're gritty.
Shout out to my mom. She literally took a job at American Eagle, worked 1 day a week there as a single mother, specifically to get the 40% off on cool clothes so she could dress my sister and I in clothes that we would not be made fun of in. So love you, Mom. Appreciate that. That's the kind of stuff that parents have to do. If, like you're saying, Rob, you don't want to end up like on the outs, or you really got to have something that all these other kids have, right?
Yeah, my parents tried their best to make sure that I got the stuff that wouldn't get me made fun of, but I never got the, I never got the ultimate thing that I was like, can I please? They're like, yeah, no. You look at the price tag and it's not. And someone saying, who always had the best baseball bat, BMX bike, etc. Buckley. Guarantee Buckley's spoiled ass is the kid that had that.
He had the bat and he went 0 for 38 on the season.
And wouldn't let anyone use it.
Couldn't touch a baseball. By the way, for those of you texting in that if we go golfing, you want to borrow my clubs based on my bat stance.
Oh, yeah.
That's totally different. Are you not listening to anything I'm saying? I'm talking about being a team. Golf is an individual sport. Now, I don't have a problem with you. Like, if you're a lefty, because I'm a lefty. Yeah, if we go golfing, if you want to hit my driver, you can hit my driver. I don't care.
No.
But I'm talking about in baseball, you don't want one kid being singled out over the other. Like, I'm building a team here.
Yeah.
I can't have, what was his name? Adam? I can't have Adam showing up with a $400 bat.
Nice
and
bat.
If he does, he better be a team player and let everybody else use it. If he shows up with a $400 bat and won't let anybody use it like Schultze, this kills my team chemistry. Yeah. Now everybody's jealous of him. They're looking at the back. They're talking behind his back. We've got a divide in the clubhouse. I can't have any of this. Golf is totally different. Golf, I'm out there on my own just like you are. Screw you. Use your own clubs.
At least someone's coming after you over that, though.
Well, it's a bad analogy. I hate it when people come after me with they think they got you. That's the worst analogy I've ever heard.
I'm a little surprised that Schultze was don't use my bad guy.
Well, it's because it was nice.
Yeah,
I get it, but dude,
it's a metal bat. You can dent it. Like, I did not want to spend all this money and then have another. If I dented it, fine. But if another kid's denting it, what the hell, man?
Come on, let's all just use the crappy ass bat, and we'll go kick their ass just the same. How about that?
Someone said my kids go to a private school where the families have a lot of money. It makes it hard for them to keep up. I bet.
Exactly. You don't. This is what I'm saying. You don't have to keep up.
Yeah.
Kick some grit into your kid.
Have you seen though, like travel?
Make them color in the 4th line.
No,
or the 4th stripe.
Don't make them color in the 4th stripe. That might be the most embarrassing thing that's ever. Like in that moment when someone called me out on my colored in 4th stripe, I wanted to die. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, but you're better off for it. You're better off for that experience.
I mean, what's wrong? I got 4 stripes.
We got to go.
Ooh, high-powered BB gun. That's a good one, too. Ooh. That kid that had the high-powered BB gun, that kid was awesome.
All right, we've got viral videos to talk about. And is there airplane emergency slide etiquette? Coming up, Club. I keep wanting to say Club 1080. It's not.
It's just the club.
The Club Hour
There you go.
on the Fan.
He's back.
Talking about Sydney Sweeney. Okay, let's
Donald
talk
Trump. Well, I saw that too. No, wait.
Wait,
she-
what?
Well, she's on a jet ski. Is this the one you're talking about?
No, I was talking about the American Eagle ads. But yeah,
Damn, she's hot.
Sydney
Oh.
Sweeney is all that right now. She's killing it.
Well, did you see? Okay, so the Sydney Sweeney thing that I saw was she was on a jet ski, like on vacation. You know how the
Yeah.
paparazzi catches them on vacation, and
Yeah.
she was riding a jet ski. And her boyfriend, she has a new boyfriend now, an oily bohunk.
Well, of course.
And he was holding her around the waist behind her on the jet ski.
Ah.
And I thought that was really weird.
Oh yeah. Well, I would.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well, that may be weird.
is that sexist of me to say that?
I think it is sexist. But if you had a
Because-
choice between riding in front or behind Sydney Sweeney, I would choose behind as well.
Yeah. Second that.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you and your significant other
Yeah.
were out on the jet ski, I just don't see myself.
She never gets to drive?
Well, she can drive by herself.
You sexist son of a bitch.
I
So
just
nurse,
don't-
I think we're getting a glimpse into Isaac Robb.
Well, I
Nurse
just-
Nice doesn't get to drive.
She can drive. I just don't want to. I don't want her to drive me. I'm
don't-
going to hold on to you.
You don't want to.
So you don't.
Well, you know what that's called when you're riding back there. That's called riding bitch.
Exactly.
And look at you. Look at you.
I don't want to ride bitch. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'll tell you right
I mean,
now.
50.
When it comes to Sydney Sweeney, I'd be more than happy to ride bitch.
I'm 40.
And then you got hands around waist and the other places. It's a better place to be.
I will ride wherever Sydney Sweeney tells me to. How
Yeah,
about
the BTJ has so Sydney Sweeney right now is dividing the population because she's all the rage, and the BTJ has the infamous Sydney Sweeney she doesn't understand because she doesn't think she's that attractive, and then I have to of course be like, oh yeah, she's just.
That's
Yeah,
right, honey.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, great. Yeah,
It's not even about attractiveness. It's about size of certain
no,
assets.
dude. She is so ridiculously hot.
Well, I agree, but it's
women everywhere hate on her because
Yeah.
she's openly flaunting her hotness, and then, you know, it's not worth the fight. You're like, what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, she's mid, honey. Yeah, great. Yeah, no,
She's
big,
a 6.
no big deal there. Yeah, she's everywhere, but the new ads, the
American Eagle?
the American Eagle ads.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, they're good.
Actually, speaking of Sydney Sweeney, didn't she get Jeff Bezos in trouble? Like, he invested in her company, and apparently new wife of Mr. Bezos not happy about that.
No. Like I said, Sydney
like, wonder
Sweeney's
why.
tearing us apart. You would think that like hotness could bring us together. It does not. Apparently, it's tearing this country apart.
Why is she drawing backlash?
Because it's the dumbest thing in the world. Some people are saying that the ads are like they're ads from like the 90s. Remember we used to have ads and they were just full of hots? Like the Carl's Jr. ads?
Oh, so the ad campaign is American Eagle, Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Yes, and-
Jeans.
Yes. And some people are saying that it's a racist dog whistle
Right.
because she's like, my jeans are blue and it's like white skin, blue eyes, and it's so freaking stupid.
Yeah, jeans as in G.
It's a clever play on words, and yes, her jeans are great because she's smoking hot. Get over yourself.
So we've got the Trump video. I don't know if you've seen it. He's golfing.
Yeah, I love it.
In Scotland.
It's the only thing that makes me like him is that he's instructing his little caddy guy out there to cheat for him.
So yeah, he's got a caddy with him.
Yeah.
And there's a video that's gone viral of the caddy. So they pull up to find his ball.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in the rough next to a bunker, or at least that's where they think it is.
Sure.
Towards where he hit it.
Yeah.
And the caddy openly just
drops a ball.
Just tries to slyly drop a ball. Oh, there it is.
Oh, hey.
Found it, Don.
I got it right here.
And of course, Don's just sitting in the cart while he's looking for his ball. While the caddy's looking for his ball, he drops it, and then Don gets a club and goes and hits it. Kind of convenient.
We're now figuring out why he wins all those club championships. I love the guy. And, like he does it like behind his back. Like, oh, let me just.
Yeah, he just
drop
kind of flops it out there. It's like a no-look ball drop cheat.
And he comes right up. This was a great shot. Yeah. Although if you're gonna cheat, maybe a little better lie next time, huh? And there's another one where I think Don uses the foot wedge as well.
Yeah, the old Judge Schmales.
Well, I mean, he is like Rick Riley's talked about this for years. He cheats.
Well, he wrote a book about it.
Exactly.
There's a whole book about Trump
Yes.
cheating at golf. I mean, it's true. Rick
I-
Riley wrote a freaking book.
Yes.
I kind of want to read that whole thing. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he cheats.
Are we surprised?
Well, supposedly, like when you
No.
play with him, like you'll hit a shot down there, and he's got security people that like the moment you hit the ball, they magically get down there and they're like, oh, it's right here. Like, didn't you hit that into the woods? No, it must have ricocheted off a tree. Boy, that sure seems like a clean ball. Don't worry about
Hey,
it.
winter rules, okay? Winter rules.
Winter rules. There's not many things I like about him, but I kind of appreciate just how openly he cheats and is like, what? And then refuses to acknowledge it. Dude, you're caught on camera.
It's gonna rain. Comes down from heaven.
All right.
I love Tesla.
The other viral video is a man who was arrested on an airplane.
Yeah. That happens from time to time.
What would you do if you are sitting on your plane, getting ready to go to wherever you're going?
Sure.
Tahiti or something. I don't know.
I'd like to go to Tahiti.
And there is a man yelling. Now, I will say he appears to be of, I don't know, maybe Pakistani descent or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. But you know how Americans are.
Sure.
It's not a white guy.
No.
Okay?
No. So instantly we have to get all pucker. Like,
Well, some people do. Yes,
Yes, they do.
unfortunately they do.
Yes.
And he is shouting, "Death to America, death to Trump."
On the airplane?
Yes, like loudly with his fist raised. He's up near the front.
Oh.
He's standing up. Everybody else is sitting down. And he's also yelling, Allah Akbar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What do you do?
And the plane is in the air?
Nope. Nope. They're, I think they're on the tarmac.
Oh, goodness grief.
I got to double
Oh,
check.
yeah. I'm seeing it right here.
What do you
Holy
do?
Crap.
You handling that?
Yeah, I'm handling it. And that's not even a, yeah, it's go time.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm not a fighter, and I think that would piss me off to the point of, yeah.
Oh, this
that's-
isn't about pissing me off. Like, you can say what you want. Like, that's, you could be up there yelling. You could be insulting me. You could be calling me the worst thing you can to my face. I'm not going to stand up. I'd laugh. You're on an airplane and you start yelling that, we're getting a response. And that's go time. 100%. That would not be we would not have a conversation. I would deal with the repercussions afterwards. And that's not even, that's just a straight tackle.
What if he didn't say Allah Akbar?
Dude, you're standing up yelling "Death to America" on an airplane, and you start, because I'm watching here. He's doing like a fist bump thing.
Oh yeah, he's fired up.
We're tackling. That's we're tackling. We're
These
holding.
people are
And there's
crazy.
probably
There's something wrong with them.
There's probably a chokehold coming.
You and like 3 other dudes are probably looking at each other like, ready, let's go. Like
you
that's
Well, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, you can't at that point. You cannot. That's not a sit around and wait and see what happens. That's a you got to go and you got to.
And by the way, they are in the air.
Yeah, then that's
I'm told.
Yeah, that's an immediate react. Dude, I'm watching this. Dude, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be scared. If you're asking what's my reaction, I mean, I'm scared S-less. That's a...
Well, but yeah, what do you do? So I guess it was just one guy. There's somebody filming it, and one dude from his row, the guy who's filming it, gets up and grabs him and throws him on the ground.
Yeah.
And holds him down. I guess they arrested him once they landed in, I don't know where they were going, somewhere in England. Or no, Scotland. They arrested him, and he's been charged.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
They charged him with assault. He must have laid his hands on somebody, but
something. Yeah, you can't. You just can't do. That is one of the scarier things that you could possibly.
Well, yeah, because you don't know if he's got a bomb or.
Nope. So at that point, when you're on an air, I guess maybe if you're on the ground, maybe that's slightly different. Maybe on the ground, at least you take a second and you kind of look around. But you're in the air and you hear that and you turn around and you see my man yelling there doing the fist bump thing. You got to come and you're getting you got a flying knee coming, and then we're laying on top and we're
now.
Doing,
what if he's only
some
yelling
joking.
"Death to Trump"?
I think anything like that. When someone is standing up on an airplane yelling "death" in that way, I think you got to go.
They don't know what the they're doing.
I think you got to go no matter what.
You understand that?
I just don't think you can. I just don't think you can sit there and be like, well, maybe someone else.
Wild scene, man.
Woo!
All right.
I'm guessing that there is a no-fly list in that man's future.
Yeah, he's gonna have some trouble getting on the next flight.
And he probably should. What is with people freaking out on airplanes? What are we doing?
Man? I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe it's just that they go viral now because we all have phones to
It's-
film it. It's always been going on, but
I think it's an attention thing. I think you literally
Yeah.
aren't paid enough attention to, and you're in crisis, so you
Yeah.
need somebody to
right.
look at you.
People want to go viral.
Yeah.
They think that's cool.
Yeah, well, this guy's about to find out.
I don't know. Is there airplane emergency slide etiquette? Or when that bitch is deployed, are all bets off? I don't know if you saw this.
I
but-
saw this.
Yeah.
I saw it.
We need to talk about that. And we'll do that next. But first, Schulte with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Colorado head football coach Dion Sanders held a press conference earlier today alongside his medical team, announcing that he has undergone treatment for a cancerous tumor on his bladder. Actually resulted in Prime's bladder being completely removed. He is now cancer-free, according to his medical team, following that treatment, though. Over in baseball, the Mariners 4 games back of the Houston Astros in the AL West, also tied with the Rangers for that final wild card spot in the American League. Right back at it tonight in Sacramento against the Athletics. Luis Castillo v. J.P. Sears on the bump. First pitch in about half an hour at 7:05 on Root Sports. And in football, ESPN's Dan Graziano reporting the Browns likely to move on from one of 4 quarterbacks, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Shador Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel before week 1 of the regular season. And Tampa Bay Bucks head coach Todd Bowles said that rookie edge rusher David Walker out for the rest of the year after tearing his ACL on Friday. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM.
Did you hear that? Warmer weather on tomorrow.
Warmer weather on tomorrow?
That's what she said.
Interesting. Yeah, are we getting in? Because
it's supposed to get to 90.
We're almost in August, man. We've yet to have
I
that
know.
really nasty heat wave.
I was talking about that earlier, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like
I think it's coming.
3 weeks ago, it was like 100 for like 2 or 3 days, or 96 anyways.
Yeah, for just a few
Yeah,
days, and then
but
it went down. We haven't had that stretch.
Usually
of
we
like,
have that stretch of super hot.
Oh,
we haven't had it yet.
like a week or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, we have everything's still green around.
The olds die.
I haven't had it where like my plants get cooked out. You know.
Right.
I guess I heard on the news that they were starting the cooling centers, so I'm like, okay, this is it, right? I guess I was wrong.
By the way, I just saw this.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Well, just hold on.
sad news.
Hold on. I was about to say we have some late-breaking sports news we have to
no.
tell you about here on Sports Talk. And it is that the great Ryan Sandberg has passed away at the age of 65.
That's way too damn young.
Yeah. Well, he had cancer. You know, he had prostate cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he originally came out and said he was cancer-free, and then it came back.
Yeah.
Very young, right? Now, Schultze, are you too young to remember the great Ryan Sandberg of the Cubs?
I mean, I remember seeing him like as a kid, but I didn't know that he was greatness.
Oh, dude, he was
He
so
was
awesome.
And as a
That's
kid
awesome.
growing up, we didn't have. I had three options. You
Yep.
watched the Mets, the Braves, or the Cubs.
That's right.
And so Sandberg.
I didn't have the Mets. Where'd you get the Mets?
We got like Channel 4 from New York when I was in Anchorage, and we would get Mets games, and but only the national ones on cable were the Superstation and TBS.
WGN, yeah.
So you got Cubs or Braves, and the Cubs stunk, but Sandberg was. You can make the argument he might have been the most popular player in baseball because that's what you got to watch. You got to watch the Cubbies.
He's from the PNW, right?
I don't know that.
I thought he was born like in Spokane or something. I just
Spokane,
top
Washington.
of my mind. Yeah,
He's
Okay.
from Spokane.
He was born there. I don't know where he was raised,
Yeah.
but yeah, he
I
was
remember watching
born in-
those old Cubs teams with, it'd be him and
Dawson.
Andre Dawson,
The
and
Hawk.
Sean Dunston, and
Mhm.
they had Jody Davis,
Yeah, he was. He was born and raised in Spokane, Washington.
Gary Matthews,
Oh, I remember some Gary Matthews. All right. That was a deep cut right
Keith
there.
Moreland. Remember Keith Moreland?
Yeah, he was going to be a Cougar, Ryan Sandberg was, until he ended up getting drafted. So I did
Ten-
not know that.
10-time All-Star, 1-time MVP, 9 Gold Gloves, 7 Silver Sluggers.
What year did he win MVP?
He won MVP in 1984.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were good that year. They kind of, well, they were. They kind of sucked for most of, like us watching them on WGN.
Yeah, they were not.
But
they
that's
were
the
not
one
great.
year they were good.
Yeah. And you remember Harry Carey and that whole thing, and the Cubs were the Cubs were a big deal, man.
Remember Leon Durham?
I do remember Leon Durham. I remember more Cubs than some of those because the Braves sucked too, and then the Braves got good as it went on a little bit. But in the '80s,
they were a joke.
The Braves were awful.
So they had God, who did they have? They had Bob Horner.
Yeah.
Bruce Benedict. Dale Murphy was the only good player they had.
Yeah.
Who else did they have? They had who's that little shortstop guy?
Little shortstop.
Oh, what's his nuts?
Ozzie Smith.
I remember
the Braves. Please try to pay attention.
They had a little. Who was their little shortstop?
He had a beard. Hubbard? Glenn Hubbard.
Oh, Glenn Hubbard.
Glenn Hubbard.
Yeah. Yeah, Phil Negro was on some of those teams. I remember
wow.
him out there tossing salad.
And Emery Boards.
Yeah. Dude, they stunk. But then they got a little better. Like I remember I was a big Ron Gant guy as it went on later on. I liked me some Ron Gant. And then of course they went on to actually be good in the 90s. But yeah, those were our options that we had. I just looked up the 10 best players from the Braves in the 80s. They hit me with a Rafael Ramirez, Glenn
What?
Hubbard.
Glenn Hubbard? What?
Yeah,
Rafael Ramirez?
Rafael Ramirez
was one of the best Braves of the 80s?
9th best player.
Boy, that doesn't tell you something about the Braves in the 80s.
Yeah. Gene Garber.
I remember Gene Garber.
Rick Camp? What about some Rick Camp?
Oh, Rick Camp. Dude, Rick Camp as a reliever for the Braves. I think it was a game-tying 3-run bomb because he was the last guy available on the roster. Go look this up. Rick Camp, he is known for one of the weirdest moments in sports, which was a relief pitcher hitting a home run to tie the game again for the Braves.
Good memory.
And then Bruce Benedict. Yeah,
Benedict was the catcher.
Yeah, they sucked.
Do you remember Ken Oberkfell?
Who?
Freaking Terry Harper. God, they were so awful.
Someone's saying I have a bunch of Ryan Sandberg Donruss cards, and that is true.
Well, and by the way, just notable notation of note, it's Ryan.
Ryan, not
It is
Ryan.
not Ryan.
Ryne.
I've never known or met. Is there another Ryan?
Yes. Who's the pitcher? Ryan Stanek actually pronounces it Ryan. He was on the Mariners last year, got traded to the Mets.
But it's Ryan.
But it is spelled Ryan.
That
R-Y-N-E.
doesn't work because he goes Ryan.
Well, why does it say Ryan if it's Ryan? It doesn't make any
sense. It's Ryan
sense.
Sandberg. And I'll bet you that is the most mispronounced sports name of all time. Ryan Sandberg. No, Ryan.
Yeah,
Sandberg.
I think most people probably think it's Ryan.
Yes.
Anyway, he was awesome, dude. He played. I think he plays his whole career with the Cubs. And,
I don't remember him anywhere else.
Thought he. Oh, let me look here.
He was
Thought-
just
thought he-
consistent as hell.
Thought he finished with the Phillies, didn't he?
Good hitter.
Did he? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was a Philly.
Oh no, well, barely. 1981. He was a Philly for his rookie season. Oh wow.
I just saw a photo of him
Didn't know that.
in a Phillies.
He was a rookie with the Phillies.
Yeah, 1981.
But he was also a manager with the Phillies.
Oh, okay, maybe
So,
that's where that's from.
Probably a little older. I think 2014.
That's a good
15.
trivia question about the old Rhino.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
And then who can forget to drunk Harry Carey?
Made
Well,
his
yeah.
major league debut as a shortstop for the Phillies in '81. Played 13 games.
Yeah, that was the heyday of drunk Harry Carey.
If you ever want to go down a fun road of things you can't do today, just Harry Carey would he would get naked. Basically, he would wear boxer shorts and he would go broadcast games from the bleachers at Wrigley Field. Look, like there's photos of it. Harry Carey in boxer shorts, that's it, drunk off his ass on a nice cold Budweiser, doing games from the center field bleachers in Wrigley Field. Can you imagine if you had, like the Mets guy, like Ron Darling? You imagine Ron Darling and we get Cohen out there and they're in a pair of boxers and Hernandez is smoking heaters and is a bunch of Modelo's deep and you're in left field and you can't do it. And yet Harry Carey was like, he embraced it and everyone loved him. You can't take your shirt off anymore as a broadcaster.
Who was he? Steve Stone was with him, right?
Yeah, I think Steve Stone was the guy.
For a while.
Well, do yourself a favor and just Google Harry Carey shirtless and realize that all of those photos of him in the stands, he's working during those games.
Sad day.
It was a better time.
Cubs star and Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg dead at the age of 65. We'll come back and wrap it up next on 105.1 The Fan.
Dirt and Sprague.
filling in today.
It was
But
fun.
also, yeah, good to see you.
Chelsea doesn't
You too.
weasel out due to daycare issues.
You
Good
big
to be
stud.
seen. Buckley.
Would also like to thank Ichiro for his contributions to today's program.
Expired.
I think we all enjoyed that.
Rest in peace, Rhino. We're losing a lot of legends, man.
I know, man.
Ozzy's gone.
Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Hogan,
Ryan.
brother. Well, we always said, like, did Malcolm Jamal Warner complete the big three? Ryan, that's a little more on par.
You're saying Ryan Sandberg bigger than Theo?
Yeah. Dude, come on. Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's not a Hall of Fame actor.
What?
Not yet.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, it's the Cosby Show.
Do you even know who we're talking about?
Yes, he was the only blood son of Bill Cosby on the show, right? Yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Wait, what? He was Bill Cosby's real son?
No. Like in the show, like he was the only kid in the show.
Yeah.
Really? The other ones were all adopted?
Yeah.
He was he was the one son. There were daughters, but he was the one. Yeah.
Lisa Bonet,
Oh.
I thought was.
Okay, yeah, I was like, no, they were all his kids. You're saying the son.
He was the one boy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yes.
all. Sorry
Hey,
to confuse
We're doing
everybody.
great here.
Jesus, my bad. I'll just shut up now.
Trying to scramble your brain right before we go off the air.
It's like, do you know who this is? I
Gotta go
do.
home and watch
then
my
you're like,
Mets kick the hell out of your crappy ass Padres.
My pods. Yeah, they're down at Petco, huh?
well, at least you Royals have Jack Caglione.
Well, he just went on the IL. Thanks a lot.
Well, he has his name twice in his name, so he's good to go. Caglione, J.A. Caglione. That's how I'm going to refer to him going forward.
All right, everybody, have a great night. We return here tomorrow. Same time, 3 to 7 on The Fan. Good night.
Red ships of Spain. Red ships.